Oh yeah. Hey,
Yes,
we're
we are
live
live
now.
now. Yes, yes.
Good evening, guys. Welcome to Dour Weekly Digest, Episode 7, Runners High. I have fantastic guests today, and it's quite exciting for me to introduce all four guests tonight. So I would like to start from ladies. Ladies first. We have Salima, who is a working mom, runner, cyclist, and of course, enthusiastic fitness freak. And next we have Babri Islam Tuli, who is a RJ and program host for Radio Dhoni 91.2 FM, Radio Shandin 92.4 FM. She's also an athlete, fitness enthusiast. I also have Dr. Sanjib Mitai, who's a physiotherapy. He was also a vlogger for last Dhaka half marathon, and he is a quite amazing guy. He is also one of the organizers of Maulvi Bazaar half marathon. Last but not the least, we have Tanvir Ahmed, who is a IT hub. He's a IT professional, organizer of Uttara 10K, Gazipur Half Marathon, and he's also one of the partners of Bangladesh Marathons.
Yeah.
My co-host is none other than Haseen, so I would like to introduce him as well. Say hi, Haseen.
Hello, Vijay. How are you?
Last but not the
What can I?
least, myself, Vijay.
Yeah. Yeah. What behind you, Vijay?
That's a banner of my first Limca Book of Record, which I did it, and just a souvenir for me. This was done by one of the sponsors who, got this as a souvenir by inviting me for the launch, the record book launch in Chennai. So I'm pretty excited to have this alongside with me. I just made it as a ambience of my studio, of my own studio. So I'm quite excited to, talk to the guys.
Studio or green cave? Like a studio or green cave?
Yeah, mini studio, VJ studio. Yeah. So
Tell you what,
yeah,
make a copy of that. Make a copy of that. Put your autograph, and you know what I'm going. Send it
man.
to us.
This show is not about me. We have four guests, so I would like to talk about them. I would like to talk to
Yeah.
them rather than talking about myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
As you
I
said.
put my first
Yeah,
autograph
we will have another
16 years
separate
back. That's
show for
different thing.
that.
No, I don't want to
That's
do that. I'm not interested though. I think people would get fed up with that. Anyway, coming back to the topic of today's discussion, we have the four amazing personalities. Um, if I have to say, two classy women runners who inspire a lot of women in Bangladesh and even in different parts of the world. They are known for not just their enthusiasm and fitness freak or the regularity of the workouts what they keep doing, but they also are consistent in their lives. So they keep doing the things consistently over a period of time, which is most important thing for the success. Success doesn't come overnight. It is totally based on how long you keep doing the things consistently with the passion. That is the most important thing. So that's the reason. That's one of the reasons for me to invite both Salima and Tuli for tonight's group discussion. And we also have Dr. Sanjib, who's a physiotherapy. I often see him introducing or interviewing people from different running communities, and I found like he must be interviewed by someone or the other. So I took that responsibility. I came forward. I want to even include Sanjeev. Last but not the least, Tanvir Ahmed, fantastic personality. I met him during my last Dhaka trip. Uh, the main reason for which I wanted Tanvir to be here is people keep criticizing about the event organizing committees, which do not appreciate those things. So it's very hard actually. I come from the sports management background. My profession is also sports management. So I understand how difficult it is to organize a sporting event. So when we have people like Tanvir, so people, I mean the runners and cyclists who are taking part in different events would understand about the difficulty of organizing the events and how difficult it is for them to understand or empathize the situation of the runners and arrange the things, for the smooth flow of the event. So that's the reason for which I wanted Tanvir to be here. I need to appreciate him because he did it over 2-3 months without any sleep. So it's not easy. So that's the reason for which I wanted to have him alongside with the rest of the three. So let me start with Salima. So Salima, I've been seeing you for the past 1 year. You've been actively taking part in different events, and you're also getting trained along with the Alps, and as well as you're also training the lot of women athletes and as well as other athletes from Alps and as well as different communities in Dhaka. So you come from the background where your entire family is also there in the running and cycling. So firstly, let me ask you this question. Was it difficult for you to get along with other people and get into the community, or else it's just quite easy for you just because your whole family is also involved in this running and cycling? How do you feel actually?
Well, I wouldn't say that it's not because I'm not gonna say that because of the background of my family or like because of running or because of the cycling.
Yep.
I didn't believe myself at first that I would be into the running or cycling because they come to this thing, they say, oh, it's the age limit, okay, but they used to say that it doesn't matter of your age. It's like as long as you believe in yourself that you are into the activities, then you can participate into this. Okay. My first motivation was from my brother and sisters, of course, Muhammad and Manukia. When I saw them cycling the first time, I was like, chill, wow, if they're into it, why not? So they just gave me the advice, like, why not go ahead and try on? Okay. So after that, I started cycling with them, and it felt so like, some freedom, a boost came up from you and everything. After that, after the cycling, you won't believe it. It's like, they also introduced me to Obijati. At first, her name was Alp, was like Obijati. Now it became Alp. Okay. They told me, like, if you're interested in running, why not you just go ahead and try the training? Maybe you might see the changes. I was like, running, actually, I don't even know how to walk properly 2 kilometers. How do you expect me to run even 5 kilometers? Believe me or not, the first time I saw the Alps, how they were all training, like, Tahir, Rakib, and all the people. I felt so tiny. I felt like, I'm the only mouse there or what. But, they gave me this encouragement. Like, it doesn't matter how small or big you are. It matters that if you are interested, if you're into it, you can do it. After all the training of about 3-4 months, Vijay, you won't believe it. I thought I'm going to give up at first. But with the teamwork and the encouragement that they have given me and the support, and not to mention also my family, because of my family, they give me this kind of support, I wouldn't be here right now where I am. I believe also self-believing yourself is also part of it. That, maybe the surrounding might not treat you that way, but if you have a good teammate, if you have a community that really supports you in the activities, if you even have a family who believes in you, then yes, anything can work out. And yeah, from that on, this training is almost been for me 3 years now for cycling and running.
Wow.
I didn't stop. I didn't stop. Even I started encouraging my son also. I believe that sports, running, and cycling, with this pandemic going on, it just keeps me for long run. You can't stop it. So that's why, I'm like, it just keeps me alive. It gives me the freedomness. So this is what I felt.
So Hash, you have some question, I reckon?
We have a couple of people. Yeah.
Yes, please. You could go for the first question.
We have comments first. First of all, Papi Apu from Mirpur says, love to see you all. Thank you, Papi Apu. Papi Apu is always here. She's a big-time fighter. Someday we'll hear her stories. তার স্টোরিটা হচ্ছে খুবই ড্রাস্টিক, খুবই ড্রামাটিক। সে হচ্ছে প্রত্যেকটা ইভেন্টের আগে আমরা হচ্ছে প্রিপারেশন নিয়ে হচ্ছে কেমনে রান করব, তার রানিংটা হচ্ছে গিয়ে কেমনে ইভেন্টে যাব।
Yes,
ইনশাল্লাহ
exactly.
ইনশাল্লাহ সামডে আমাদের সোসাইটি আরো হেল্পফুল হবে সবার জন্য। আফটার দ্যাট আমাদের থ্যাংক ইউ পাপি আপু, স্টে উইথ আস। তারপর আমাদের সাথে আছে হচ্ছে গিয়ে মোহাম্মদ আব্দুল আলিম ভাই, বলছেন হাই, হ্যালো আলিম ভাই। এন্ড দেন আওয়ার লিডার Abdullah Tahir Chaudhary.
Wow.
Tahir bhai Bolsen, great to see your brilliant faces. Thank you, Tahir bhai. Humble, we are humble.
Yeah. All right. So
So
I'm
yeah,
going
carry
with the
on.
next person. Tuli. So I've been seeing you actively doing a lot of workouts in the gym. I don't want to say my age. That's the thing, you know. And if you ask me honestly, I can see myself in you. Like I've been doing exercises, no matter whether it rained or whether it was sunny, whether it was. We had tsunami as well here in Chennai. We had floods, etc. No matter what, I kept going to the gym. I was doing workouts. That's the main thing which I wanted to do ever. You know, I've played different sports, cricket, football, etc. Now into running and cycling, but mainly in running. But I don't want to miss out my workout sessions. I've seen you that, you know, I've been, you know, the lockdown has been declared and it's totally, I don't see no people in the gym. The pictures, what you keep posting. What motivates you to go to the gym and keep hitting the gym every now and then?
Well, first of all, thank you everyone who invited me, and of course the amazing guests over here. And Jara amake live e dekhche. So which language should I use? Like
English,
Bangla?
please. In
Okay.
English, please. I would
All right.
appreciate that.
So
Maybe
like,
probably in between you can add some Bangla for viewers, but I would appreciate if it's in English. That would be really great.
fine, no problem. Let's make it simple for you to understand. What motivates me? It's a tough question because many things motivate me. Many things. First thing is I had some people in my life before who were like who always thought that girls can't do anything, literally anything. Okay, so the thing is, the first thing which actually pushed me forward to the gym, that is people saying like body shaming. Okay, like if you're getting fatty, you are not up to that mark, you are not eligible to do these things. And even when I first visited my first gym,
Yeah.
the trainer over there, a male trainer, I clearly remembered that he said to me that, Apu, you don't do the weightlifting things because that will make you more muscular. So the question came into my mind that why it will make me muscular while I already have a female body and my hormones are female things, which is producing in my body. So why? So that question actually makes me very good
It provoked you.
later one. And of course, yeah, I take my gym sessions very, very seriously because doesn't matter like if it is a rainy season or a summer or winter or lockdown or whatever, I will not give up. I will not give up. I will show up in the.
Like I said, I can see myself in you. You are
Thank you
not
so
giving
much.
up the workouts.
And I am proud and I am honored to share this that up to now I inspired 6 people in my life, and I literally take them into the gym. I literally take them into fitness journey, and they are alhamdulillah
Awesome.
doing weight loss, and they're building their strengths. They're being, or they're trying to be a very good human being or a best version of themselves. So the first thing I would literally thank my brother who is into bodybuilding. He inspired
Oh,
me to
wow.
go there. Second, I will obviously thank my family. Third, I will definitely thank Hasib sir, BD Runners. And third, last but not the least, Tahir Bhai of Obhijatri and Alps, Rakib leader. I can't literally thank them much because they have changed my life, trust me. And one interesting thing I must share, that is one day I literally showed an anger face to Rakib leader while I was having a session over there, and that created a misunderstanding. But when Tahir sir literally sit with me and make me come and understand that what actually I can learn from there, that totally changed my life. That
Oh,
evening I can literally remember that yes, Yes, we should be human at first, then we should be a man or a woman or a something else.
Wow, fantastic. That's an amazing thing. So, Hashin, do you have any question from the audience?
Actually, I do have a question. First
Yes,
of all,
please.
Shankar Desar say, good to see you all. Good to see you as well,
Thanks,
Bhaiya.
buddy.
And then followed to that, he asked to Sanjib Da
Yeah,
chup
yeah.
chap kano?
No, he'll not be chip
I'm
chop.
here.
I'll make him to talk. Yeah. So, going back
Sorry.
to Tanvir. So, Tanvir,
Yes.
the journey, I would say it's a huge journey, massive journey, where you start from IT, and from IT, you have been to cycling. Cycling was the first sport, I suppose, than running. And then from cycling, you came to running. And from running, I reckon you understood something like there are a lot of deficits across the event organizing stuff. I'm not pinpointing any organizers. Most of the organizers who are doing are amazing. Dakar Run Lords, and Chalan Beel. And I also heard from Gazipur Half Marathon, the one which you organized was phenomenal. So, what actually motivated you from IT to cycling, cycling to running, running to event organizing? What made you to get into the event organizing thing?
Yes, thank you. There's a lot of question actually, uh, uh, because there are two
Probably,
separate
probably you can
questions
you,
there.
probably you can answer in a way where we can understand. Like, yeah, that's the thing.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
There are two major questions there. One is what is my motivation of coming to running,
Yeah.
and there another one is the event organized, right? So first, I will like to say about me coming to the running. Actually, I am an old guy. I have been to many things.
See, I'm telling. Sorry for interruption. Both Salima and
Yeah.
Tanvir, you're you're thinking too much that you're too old, but it's not. That's not a fact. I know a person here in Bangalore, in India. He's
Right.
87 years old. He's 87 years old. He's still running half marathons, and a couple of years back, he also ran in Sydney Marathon. So forget about the age. Age is just a number. That has been
I don't
proven
care.
time and again. Yeah. So Tanvir, go
See,
ahead.
I don't even care about my age. I am just saying because I have seen a lot of things. That's why I am saying that I have some age in my bag. That's why. So what I
You
like
have a lot
to
of
say
age, man.
that so what I like to say
Are we
is
age
that
shaming each other now?
yeah,
Tanvir is a
okay,
very
stop it,
young guy.
guys.
He's just being
Yes,
humble. He's just being
no,
naive.
no,
He's a
no.
very young guy.
Yeah, okay. I
Please
don't
carry
want to
on,
bore
Tanvir.
people. Okay. So me coming into running, actually, I have been cycling for a lot of years. Lot of years.
How
I
many
have
years?
started. Uh, I have started in like 85, I
Wow.
think,
I wasn't even born yet.
1985.
I wasn't even born yet.
Yes. Okay, so yeah, in professionally, I mean like group rides and other things. I started after 2000. So I've been in cycling more and into hiking, going out to the mountains and everything. That was my first passion, cycling and mountaineering. And how I came to cycling, sorry, running is a different question because in 2016 I actually lost my job and I was jobless for 1.5 year. I was so depressed. I was so depressed. This is true. I was really depressed. I was sitting at my home. I have nothing to do. And I thought to myself, what can I do to make myself relevant, actually? And that's when I saw Dhaka Challenge first that happened. Dhaka Challenge in 2016, right, Hasin bhai?
2018, if I'm not wrong. 18 or
18,
17.
18, yes, 2018. I saw Dhaka Challenge. Then I participated in Dhaka Challenge. There was only 5 kilometer run and 2.5 kilometer run there. So I completed that and I did not get my medal because this was my first time in any running and challenge. So I was very disappointed. Then I saw the announcement of Dhaka Half Marathon 2019. 18. 2018. Then I started preparing myself, and when I started preparing myself and I joined Dhaka Half Marathon, then I realized and it really helped me to get out of my frustration and all the anxiety and the negativity that I had in my mind because I didn't have any job at that time. And it really helped me. It really helped me. I should tell anyone that if you are depressed or if you have some problem in life, go out there and run. Even if you go out there and cycle, you will feel that your brain does not process any pain or any anxiety, right? It only
That's a very good tip.
focuses you, yeah,
Exactly.
it only focuses you on that moment, what you are doing on that moment. And when I am cycling or running, I forget about everything else. I only enjoy that moment. That is so true. If you don't do it, you will not understand. You will
Agreed,
only
agreed.
understand. Yeah, you will only understand if you do it. So people having so much depression everywhere. I see it in the internet, and I see so many people committing suicide and everything. So I would strongly suggest find out, go for running or cycling or any physical activity if you have the chance. And every family should support their people, the person who is feeling depressed or anything, and go out there and do something. Then you will. This is how actually I came into running, uh, to get rid of my depression and my problems. Now I am a very happy person. I have my jobs and everything because I have started to think positively, and I've been into my back to my IT business and everything. And in event organizing, what I felt that there are a lot of event happening in Bangladesh at that
That will
time,
come back
like
again.
small,
That will
small.
come back again.
Okay,
We'll come
so
back
we will
again. Yeah.
come into, yeah. Okay, we will
No, we'll
come
come
back
back
to
to the
event
topic again.
later.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we'll come back again. So, Dr. Sandeep, so
Hey,
you're quiet. So
before
I
we go
have to
to
make you to talk
Shanjibda,
this time.
Vijay,
So
before
yeah,
we go to Shanjibda,
you are sorry.
let's take a comment. Let's take a couple of comments first before we go to Shanjibda. Like in between, the comments. Come on, man. Uh, then Shishi Sharkar Bhai said, "Nice to see you all. Nice to see you as well, Shishi Bhai. Shishi Bhai আমাদের সাথে সবসময় থাকে. Shishi Bhai, thank you so much for being with us. Now, the reason I interrupted you, sir. Muhammad Abdul Alim Bhai will say, Tanvir Bhai looks like under 18, and Salima Apu is energetic lady, and Sanjibda is a good man. Where's
And
Tuli?
Tuli is
Where's me? And where's Vijay?
she's a champion. She's a legend.
My God.
She's beyond all.
Exactly. Then he said, Zehad sir, welcome to see
All right.
you.
Okay. So coming back to topic of Dr. Sanjeev,
Yeah.
physiotherapy is a totally a different profession. It also helps massively for a sports person. It's not just physiotherapy. You rehab the patients and you leave others. There are a lot of injuries in sports. Nevertheless, sports has the injuries, and it's a synonymous of injuries. Sports is a synonymous of injuries. It has massive injuries, niggles or pains, fractures, etc. Did you chose the sports first and you went to the physiotherapy, or was it just directly you went to physiotherapy? Because if you ask me, when I was thinking about my master's degree, after completing my bachelor's, I was just thinking about sports science, that biomechanics, human physiology, etc. Just because I was into sports, so that made me to get interest in that subjects. But alas, I didn't have science in my school till 11th and 12th grades. So that made me to choose the commerce background, which is again I took BBA and then MA Economics and MBA Sports Management. So sports management was something which was relevant, which had sports and as well as the management subject. So was it the same case for you? Or were you into sports before and that made you to get into the physiotherapy? Or was it just something which came randomly?
It's a total difference with me because of in early my studying time when I'm studying BPT, that time I was quite lazy man. I don't attend any football, cricket. I just watching the movies. Basically, I'm one of the movies fan, the Bangla movies fan. So if every person have to hang out with every Friday with some people want to make play cricket, football. Me and one of my close friends plan to go watch the movies. Okay. After that, when I completed my bachelor degree, that time also I'm not playing cricket, another sports activity. When in year of 2018, I was visited in Assam, one of my training purpose. One of my cousin, I'm staying in one of cousin home. The cousin said me, why you all time are sleeping in the morning? Let's go with see the morning activity of the Assam. Whenever I go in, whenever I visit into the ashram in the morning time, I'm totally changed. It's not it's a total difference. It's a far away from only 350 kilometers from Molvi Bazaar to Assam. But Assam people have too much activity in the morning. Female, male, just like Tanvir by age is the people, 40, 50 years of people are running in the morning. There's,
All right. We will talk later about that. Offshore.
Yeah. And also, I'm getting hurt about hurt from the ashram. The females also running 5K, 10K, 15K. How is possible? The females are running, but I'm single. I can't run a single kilo or single hours, 100 hours or 200 hours. I can't.
Seriously?
So, seriously.
Good old days.
But I'm not a sportsman, man. My background is not a sports. That's why. So I have a plan. So though I'm a physiotherapist, so I know everything. How will the first of all we need. So I need the good shoe. So me and my cousin hang out with the whole Assam and go the one of the Adidas showroom. I know I don't know how is the matter or how the choice of shoes, how if the runner we need the how qualities of shoes we need. Actually, this cousin my cousin says me you have to run in the flat, so you need to the one of the flat running shoe. That's quite good for you. Then I buy one Adidas shoe.
Right.
Quite amazing for me. After that, and second day, I joined with this guy, Assam, basically Guwahati runners. So the second day they arranged a pinkathon. I meet with the Milan Suman. Okay, I meet with the Milan Suman in the Guwahati. This guy is totally fabulous. Whenever I want to take a selfie with him, he told me you must be push up 20 times. After that, you can picture with me.
Sanjib, for your information,
Yes, I was looking at the girls when they heard the name Milan Suman. Their eyes lit up. Actually.
Sanjib, for your information, in year 2015, I took a picture with Milan Suman. I had no idea who he was. I know he is some random guy. He was like some random guy who came. We were doing treadmill marathon. It was like 12 hours of treadmill run. Runner keeps swapping for every half an hour. So we had 12 runners who kept swapping for every half an hour. So that he was obviously it was a promotional event of Pinkathon. So he was a guest. He was just wandering here and there. People were telling me, hey, Milan Soman has come. I don't know who the hell he is. I don't know who he is. And then by end of that event, they told me that he acted in Captain Yom. We had a couple of choices when we were Captain Yom. Do you know Tuli? Have you heard about it? Captain Yom, B-Y-O-M. Yeah. So when I was a kid, we had a couple of choices. One, I can choose Shaktiman, or else number two, it's Captain Yom. I dropped out Captain Young because it was a little bit boring. Shaktiman, he was just flipping all around and he was doing that. So I chose Shaktiman and I was just watching. And now I regret. I feel embarrassed. Why did I watch this? So they told me, hey, they told me, hey, he acted in Captain Young. Then they told me that made in India. I thought, what is made in India? I don't listen to Bollywood songs. My cousin used to listen. My cousin used to listen to all Bollywood songs. So I heard.
Believe you. Don't worry. Go on.
No, I don't know.
Alicia Chennai.
Alicia. So I came to know that he also acted in that. So I didn't had any push-ups or anything which I need to do to take a picture with him. I had no idea first of all. I just took him. I mean, randomly went to him and took a picture. So you gave something and you got something.
No, I thought he came to you for a selfie.
Pardon?
I thought that
he
guy.
Came to you for selfie.
He came to you for the selfie.
Oh, you can put it in that way. I'm honored, man.
Yes.
Sure.
Sir Vijay is being humble actually.
Like always. Like always.
Yeah.
With the poster behind.
Exactly. I'm sorry to interrupt. You were telling me about Milind Soman who popped in from nowhere. Yeah.
Oh, since we take an interruption, can I interrupt? Because I
let him complete. Let him complete. It's little bit awkward.
Sanjib,
Let him complete. Yes, please. Sanjib, you completed.
Yeah. After that, I took the picture with the Milind Soman. It's quite happy. I'm feeling too much happy about I took the picture with Milind Soman. Literally speaking, day before, same like you, I don't know who is the Milind Soman. Okay. After whenever I meet with him, I realized that Made in India is one of the actors who is the act in the Made in India movie. Okay.
What Made in
Basically,
India?
I am also movie lover.
It's an album, I suppose.
That was a music video made in India.
Music video.
Because the old 90s song.
He has got a solo playing over there.
Yeah, nice. I still remember.
So, ladies, are you fans of Milind Soman, by the way?
Of course, Dour. Did you see that?
Are you both fans of Milind Soman?
Do you guys
Are you both fans?
I am a fan.
It is kind of.
Now they're gonna start.
I am a true fan of him and of course a singer.
Come on, he is something now.
Seriously, this is an obvious question. Why you are asking? I don't know.
Don't make us dead.
I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, please, Sanjib, go ahead.
After that, when I was back in Bangladesh, my daughter is only 16 or 20 days. I think why is it wasting time with morning? I need to wake up in the early morning. Later, before India I went, I woke up into the 7 a.m. in morning 7 a.m. I think it is a quite morning for me. After that, I think early wake up is good for me. So I woke up in 5. This is the winter season. 5, and I went to run. Started my running career. Okay, only 100 meters after running, I feel the discomfort in my chest. I think how I am. I can't run as 1 kilo. The females of Guwahati are running 5 kilo. How is possible? It's not some feminism. It's not some hurting the females. But I'm getting inspired from the females. I'm getting inspired from the females. Those people are running 5 kilo. Why I am not running in the single kilo? After that, I'm starting my running. So till now, I'm run.
Yes, please.
Any
questions? Any questions?
Yeah, we
Any
have
questions?
comments. Salima, say?
No, I'm
the
asking.
question is that. Oh, please.
One at a time.
No.
Salima,
the question is that most of the athletes or cyclists, I mean, it's not I'm referring to you. Like when they see a female running, I don't know, Tuli, if you notice or not, when they see a female start running, there is a boost that starts happening with the male runners also. They start also running over you. Even the cyclists will start taking over you also. You notice that? I mean, you start running normally. Tell me you saw this pacer. He's a really slow pacer, by the way. But the moment he saw that the female beside me, boom, the energy and go. Why is that?
That is a
Who do you guys run or ride
No. Wait
with? Who
a
do you
second.
to run or ride with?
Wait a second. This is normal. This is normal because this is a 1,000-year-old practice that is happening all over the world. We see women as weak. I'm not saying they're weak. Okay, this is a patriarchy thinking, right? So we got used to it, and we were brought up like this, that women are weak. Okay, so when we see a women running, we want to show our mannerism, and we want to cross that women, right? That's not natural. That is
you have been riding for too long, Tanvir. You have been riding for too long.
No.
I'm telling from the younger generation, the youngest one in here.
Yeah.
When we do actually do that, like speed up for no reason whatsoever, we try to show them our masculinity at best. It's not like I need to compare myself with them. It's like flexing your body when you see a very hard
exactly.
Like
it's just showing off.
Even if, let's make it very simple. Like when I face that as well, like when a male runner, a very good one, crosses me, then I also try to cross himself.
See? It's normal.
So this is vice versa.
Let the production go on. We need the human race going on.
If someone is crossing you, that is your ego. I mean, poking you that no.
Exactly. Like someone really hard is passing me. I need to at least match up. At the least.
So Hassan, do you have any comments or questions from the audience?
A whole bunch. First of all, Panda.
Quickly, come on.
How do I read the comment quickly? They are at the heart of the show, man. The first of all, Panda Bro said he is busy in the job, so he can't join, but he is actually watching, I guess. Then Zihad Bhai said, good to see you all. Zihad Bhai, thank you so much. Zihad Bhai was a pacer last year. Good to see Sakib Rizwan Bhai said, good to see everyone. Thank you, Sakib Bhai. Stay with us. Then Moinuddin, wow, nice name. Moinuddin Bhai said, I took a selfie with a random guy. I took a selfie with a random guy. Sorry?
Read out loud. It's about you. The last comment.
Oh boy. Okay.
Read it.
Random. I took a selfie with a random guy in last. We wanna go.
Like I took a selfie with a random guy in last CCCL run event. Now I know he is the superstar. Haseen Arifin Khan. Clap it!
Congratulations!
Why that object?
So are you giving Kachi treatment? Kachi party for this?
Bro, you are due a couple of times.
We need a Kachi party.
You are due a couple of times. Tanvir, you are panelist for one Kachi, then Tuli is for one. So yeah, we're gonna have a good party after the next race.
Are we done with the comment section?
No, two more. By the way, Moinuddin Bhai, thank you so much. I'm blessed. I'm honored. And no, don't call me that. I'm a noob at best, even at best. I'm not even good enough to call myself noob. Ryan Muzib, hey leader. I think he meant rest of all. Then he said, Farhad Ahmed Bhai gave us thank you, sir. Thank you. Stay with us. Okay, carry on.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask Tuli a question.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of workouts, weight training, etc. And sometimes I believe that weight training is contradicting the running. Sometimes you feel like legs are heavy. It's difficult for someone to run. And for people like you who are into the industry of RJ, where you're also managing the things by sitting for hours and hours, or probably you might be moving around to various places, traveling. So how do you manage the time for the workouts and the recovery? Because recovery is one of the most important things. After doing weight training, it's not quite easy for someone to sit back somewhere or maybe go for a run. How do you manage the recovery after sitting for hours and hours, going for a run, and also weight training? How do you manage?
Well, the first thing, thank you for an awesome question, by the way. First thing is, at a point of my life when I was, how can I say this? Like the society needs us the way it should be. Like you should do this, and this. So one pressure continuously poking me at that time. I can remember. So one fine evening, while I was having a chat with one of my female colleague back in Radio Shadhin, she said like she is disturbed by everything. The making money things, working, everything. She's disturbed with her life. So that time I also realized that yes, I am disturbed with my life as well at any point or at anyhow. Okay. So that time I suddenly just that was a moment I suddenly decided I have to quit the job. Because if I am not well or I am not mentally sound, I cannot serve anyone. Not even my family, my friends, my colleagues, or not even in the office. I cannot be productive. Okay. So I can remember one of my boss said that, Tuli, you should be doing whatever you feel like, whatever you like, and
You're
the
lucky
thing
enough.
which will make you happy. Yeah, I'm happy. I am happy. Trust me. So I chose happiness over money. Okay, so I left the job. I just left the job. Okay, that was just a 5 minutes discussion and a half an hour notice. Then I just left the job. Okay, and I can remember I have to sacrifice 1 month's salary as well, just because that was a sudden decision. Okay, so I was completely okay with that because I wanted to be happy in my life. So now the things comes like we have to do many things because I have left a job which was financially backing me up. So what I needed to do is I needed to start freelancing, and that is very complex over here. I guess Arifin Bhai or Tanvir Bhai or Sanjib Bhai can relate to this industry, media, and this is very complex for a female person. Okay, if you want to rise and if you want to shine. Okay, so I started freelancing, but I was taking my fitness, my health, my mental position and situation very seriously. Okay. And I started to pray to Allah that please, please, please just give me the patience so that I can heal. That was a period when I was like, not okay, but in the process of being okay. So after that, I remember that I was just completely getting into some another direction, and that is running. I completely found
Wonderful.
Hasib sir running in Hatirjil, and I jumped in.
He's watching. He's watching you right now. He's watching you
Yeah,
right now. Say something to him.
I was going to my gym because my gym was at Gulshan 1, and I had to go there at 6 a.m. or 6:30 because the traffic is very bad when it is like 7 or
gosh.
7.
You don't talk about the Dhaka traffic. I got pissed off with that.
And I jumped into there and I said, Hasib sir, please.
He's watching you. He's watching you. Tell him something.
He's watching you.
And he's such an amazing person. He just took me from there and he said, okay, fine, let's come in the next session.
So Hasib, we are missing you. Hasib, we are missing you in this session. So thanks to you, told Tuli to get into. So she popped into instead of you, but she's, coming up with a lot of insight and as well as sharing her experiences. Wonderful. So Salima, Salman is there and you're a mom. So you are into sports, Salima, and as well as your entire family, Panda and Rukaya, everyone, your mom, you're all into running and cycling. So how do you try to encourage Salman for his future, especially in sports? Because for me, if you look into my personal life, I didn't get that much of support from my parents. In the sense, I got liberty in my life. I can do whatever I wanted to do. I can choose my own job. I can marry my, favorite girl. I have my own liberty to, choose your career, choose my career. Okay. Yeah, I can choose my, my hobbies or whatever it is. But the encouragement aspect was totally missing. There was a huge gap. It was very difficult for me. When you do something, when you achieve something, there was no appreciation at all. It was like you yourself go there somewhere in front of the mirror, you clap yourself, tap yourself. That was the situation for me. So how do you as a mom, or maybe even as a parents, as you said, you're a dad for him, your mom for him. So how do you want to encourage him? Not only in sports, even in his entire life. How do you want to support him? Just in case if he wants to get into sports, that's a normal thing. So how do you do that?
As being a mom, it's like a role model and being responsible. They have been noticing, like, as being a parent, like, you notice the child activities. As nowadays children, they're not much into sports, by the way. They're mostly intact to social media, smartphones, laptops, and everything. I've been noticing that since about almost, let's say, 10 years ago, when he was a toddler, I noticed that he was very super hyper, like very hyper, trust me, that you can't control him, that kind of hyper. So, a lot of people, they say that keep him active, keep him busy, and I noticed that, whenever he gets injured, whenever he is injured, he loves sports since when he was a kid, like since he was 2. Then I was like, okay, I know that, to make the child not to be like, disturb you or disturbing your activities, they make them busy with the smartphone or laptop so that they won't disturb in your work. Okay. So what I did with my son is I didn't give him the smartphone or anything. Okay. There's co-creative activities like crafts, like sports, or like soccer and football. Give them something that is body physically, they can be activated. So when Salman turned 7, fencing. The fencing with the sword, that is saber. Salman was into that before. He was a fencer. He did fencing before because he was like considered ADHD, those hyper kids with that suffering from the ADHD. They used to say like he's like an ADHD child. So I think it's better for him to activate in there. I noticed that my son, that he's actually into sports. Maybe if I just change his direction there, instead of the video games and all this.
Salima, sorry for interrupting you. Do you know the story of Usain Bolt? Usain Bolt, Jamaican runner, world record holder. Usain Bolt. You know what he did? He was hyperactive, like you said. Salman is, hyperactive ever since his childhood.
Yes.
He was quite naughty as well. So his parents had no idea what to do. So they have put him into school, which was having a little bit of sports facilities. So he was playing cricket as his first sport. In one of the days, he didn't carry the lunch along with him. So he was just waiting for, the day to pass by to get back to his home for the lunch, or maybe for his evening snack or whatever it is. And then his physical education teacher asked him to, go for a sprint because he saw him a couple of times where he was running too fast in his age. So he asked him to go for sprints and just check out. And that energy, what you said, about Salman, that hyperactive energy has been converted to sporting energy, which has been done in a positive way. In a lot of countries, including Jamaica or whichever countries, even in India, when you have a lot of energy and you don't know how to utilize that energy, and besides that, when your parents are not guiding or maybe taking care of the kids properly, it can go in a wrong way and kids can get into the wrong path. So sports is one of the best ways. I've seen in Zimbabwe, where I've played professional cricket, a lot of players who were supposed to get into the wrong path, like drugs, murders, etc. But they've been into sports and they came up in their lives. Some of them were Olympians, some of them played international cricket, some of them represented Zimbabwe football. So that's the way, he is lucky enough, Salman is lucky enough to have you as a mom and as a dad, because you are, motivating by sitting from somewhere in Dhaka and we're all getting enthusiastic. I think that can be converted. Honestly, that can be converted.
That can be converted, true. And I wouldn't say I did it myself also. And as in Al's group, Mr. Tahir, he was also a really good leader because he noticed also about Salman's activity in his hyperness. And Salman really looked up to him like his role model. And he sees Mr. Rakib and Tahir as something like, the I want to be running like that. So Mr. Tahir, whenever he's like, you know, with him and Salman, like with his daughter, gives the sprint. I mean, he never gets tired. No matter how much he jumps, no matter how many runs, he never gets tired. So after that, I was like, you know, thinking, this is just the activity that he should stay engaged, because I'd rather not see my son like mostly develop his brain using, you know, wasted in computer and all those. I mean, this is not the time. Okay, fine, you can play the computer and everything. There is limit. Okay, I wouldn't say that I'm going to give him over limit, but yes, you need physical activities for that. And yes, till now, I think you should notice this. He's going to be 12 by this August, inshallah. So, I mean, I can't believe it. He's becoming 12. So, till now, he doesn't look like he's going to be 12, and he never gains weight because I made sure his food, diet, and...
Salima,
yes?
we're all struggling to reduce our body weights. And Salman doesn't need to, you know, push himself to reduce his body weight. He's lucky enough.
He eats a lot, by the way. He eats a lot, but he never, like, and his metabolism is really good because he is activating with his, like, cycling, with his running, right? So I don't have to tell him, like, because right now, with this kind of going on, I tell him, listen, I'm going to give you the routine, you follow this activity. If you push the child, they won't do it, okay? But you have to give them just freedom. You have to give them that freedom. Otherwise, they won't do it. They don't like to listen. They love to break the rules. They love to break the rules, by the way. So you have to give them the, all right, you have the options, red card or green card. So they just look at themselves and like, okay, I know what to do. He's actually doing that way. So after that, yeah, with the trainer and cycling happening, I mean, usually I take him out for cycling, especially during, you know, non-crowded times. So I would say that being a parent, yes, it's difficult, but you have to understand their level of, you know, communication, their thinking and everything. I mean, I'm proud of my son that he's actually loved the sport, and he loves soccer, by the way. And cricket, I don't recommend because he wants to hit the bat so badly it hits somebody's face. So I'm like, okay, I think you should stop.
Not inside the house.
Salima, you can just make a note of Salman's running career. Probably he has white pitch nerves. I think he can become a good marathon runner.
Which I'm doing, by the way. Which I'm noting it down.
No, he has white pitch nerves. I think Dr. Sanjib would be understanding about white pitch nerves and red pitch nerves. So he has white pitch nerves where he can go for endurance running. Yeah?
Exactly.
So, Tanvir.
Yes.
I think Tanvir is sleeping.
No. Tanvir is here.
Yeah.
Vijay, before we move on. Vijay, before we move on.
That he
we
can
have
be
CDO
a
Hasib
sportsman. I mean, I really love him to be a sportsman and everything.
Hasib, sir.
Yeah, Hasib sir is here. Hasib sir is watching us right now. And
yeah, he's been watching for more than 10 minutes already.
He's with us. Come on. He is with us right now. He's a busy person, but he's listening to us. I don't spare anyone during training. I can't relate that. Hasib Bhai, once I was just getting away from dengue, and Hasib Bhai really pushed me, like, bro, I will run slower for you. You have to run. Then at the middle of the run, I was like, Bhai, let me go. I'm going to sit down. Because it was like 1 week right after the recovery. He was like, no, take a zip of that and get your butts up. He was kind of like that. So I was like, this guy is something, I love him.
His famous dialogue is when he's training someone, chara jabe na, you don't have to. You have to.
I've heard that line. I've heard that line. No, Hasib Bhai, I love you from the bottom of my heart. I love you.
Yeah, sir, I respect you from the bottom of my heart.
Hasib Bhai, it is different.
2 more person. There's so many people that are actually watching. 2 more person. I mean, okay, Nipun Bhai has joined. Rizwan, the Diesel Hata Baba has joined us. 2 more person. I love them a lot. I never said them. Tastima who is watching.
Yeah, I want to share one thing, if you allow me to share.
Yes, please.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, please.
Just two more comments, can I?
Yeah, please.
Just 2 more. 3 more actually now. Milton Dada from Kolkata said, Hasina Khan English bujhina Bangla. Dada Bangla bolbo da. Vijay ki to Bangla training dicchi amra aste aste. Then Wanas bhai said, you will never run alone. That's actually a Liverpool's motto. The Liverpool, after 30 years, have won the league. Tanvir, are you a Liverpool fan?
Liverpool, okay.
No, I am not. But I know very well that Wanas bhai is a fan because he spread it like wildfire in the Facebook that he is a
Exactly.
Liverpool fan.
He didn't go out in this Corona breakdown, but he went out for
I
90
know.
kilo just for this, for the 90th trophy
Exactly.
of the year.
So shall we go with
And
Tuli? She wants to say something.
last one, I'm
Rizwan
going back to
Bhai,
Tuli Apu.
yeah,
Rizwan
yeah.
Bhai, digital hello,
Rizwan
hello
Bhai.
everyone. Thank you. We are humble, Rizwan Bhai. Yes, Tuli Apu, yes, stage is yours.
Well, I wanted to share one thing, since there is a lot of guys over here and also an amazing lady, and I guess some
Okay.
ladies are watching us online or live.
Okay.
In Bangladesh, I don't know about India or some other South Asian countries, but in Bangladesh, it's very hard for a girl or for a female to be into the fitness industry where your own trainer judge you by your clothes. So this is a very, very, very important issue that we should talk about. Even if my gym, where I go right now, there was a big in a background banner where there was a female athlete character and three male characters over there. Sometimes when I feel down, I watch the lady and I get energized. Okay, but they have changed the banner. They have replaced one new, but there is no female athlete's picture over there. These things, I mean, hurts me very, very much, that why you guys or why the society actually figures figures their female to be like that. I mean, why you can take it easily that everyone is human. If you can do an activity, the other human who's female, she also can do some.
So
Okay,
according to me, Tuli, it's all about, if you see a human being having a soul inside, it's all about the same soul everyone has. Only the external structure differs from person to person. No matter whether it's male or female, everyone are different from each other. That's like nothing else. Unfortunately, certain societies where we are living or where we are heading to has this kind of disadvantage of, certain aspects, like uh, they want to depress, certain genders or etc. I don't want to go more beyond that, but it's very unfortunate. I don't think so everywhere in India it exists, but in certain parts of North India, I think still it's on, where girl infantry death is happening and everything still happening around. Unfortunately, it still exists. But a few countries like Sri Lanka, all these countries do not have, I believe. They are much advanced than certain parts of South Asia, like Pakistan or Maldives. I think
Yeah.
they are far ahead of us.
Okay.
You're true. I understand. It's very unfortunate. That shouldn't happen, and it's happening. It's very unfortunate.
But it needs to be changed, and we need to talk about this more and more. Salima,
That's why you. That's why you both are here. That's why you
Single.
both are here. It's all about how you inspire people and how you make people to feel
Yeah,
free and
yeah.
come out and start running or doing workouts.
And that is why I guess
have to
whoever
make them better.
follows me in Instagram, they see me or they watch me, that I most of the time I put the things which is, like, yeah, if I am wearing a sleeveless tank top in the gym, I put it in front of the camera, I put it in front of the audience, because you have to take it. If you can see this kind of pictures, wearing sleeveless tank top, lots of ladies are doing this, then it will be one day, it will be easy for you to deal. That
Exactly.
this is normal. Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry, Tanvir. So we are
No,
back
it's
to
fine.
you, Tanvir. Yeah, yeah. So, Tanvir, talking about the events, you took part in Tata Steel Kolkata 25, and I believe you also took part in some other events in India as well. The hype which is going on in Bangladesh for pro cam events seems to be on sky high. What do you think actually makes people to feel so high that Indian events are too good or they have too much of hype in those events? If you ask me honestly, I've been to Dhaka a couple of times for Dhaka Half Marathon during last year and this year. Dhaka Half Marathon was well organized, to be honest. I would say it's on par, maybe equivalent or beyond that, comparing with pro cam events. So I haven't seen any other events. I saw Uttara 10K. I'll come back to you about Uttara 10K. That's phenomenal. I'll come back to that story. But ProCam, I want to specifically, I don't want to mention any other event names like NEB or ProCam, but why are people so mad about ProCam? Is there any particular reason for which people are so passionate about it? They feel like that event is so good and, home events are too bad. What is that actually?
Yes, actually, the mentality is that anything foreign, we want to go for it. Any recognition from a foreign country, we want to embrace that, and we give it more value than our local events. Okay,
Yeah.
that is the main reason of people getting crazy over ProCam events. Okay, because they want to see their names in an international site or international website or international event. That is the main reason. Because if you talk about facilities and the so-called goodie bag and other things, the medals and everything, I think we are on par with the events in Kolkata, not even
Dhaka.
Kolkata, in India and in Bangladesh. The quality of the product that are given to us, given to the runners, are almost same. Okay, sometimes Dhaka events are better, but as for the main reason people wants to go to the Indian events, because they have a long culture of running. That's why they have a very international approach to everything. Okay, and a lot of people from outside India comes to the events. That's why whenever I join a Indian event, I feel like I am participating in an international event. Since Bangladesh didn't have any international certification or international listing of the events that we had in Bangladesh, that's why people, I think, that comparison came in. But day by day, it is changing, because we already have 2 international events in Dhaka already, like CCCL and Dhaka Half Marathon. Both are listed internationally. So I think it will change gradually. But if you tell me one reason to say, this is the one reason, because we want to participate in an international event which portrays ourselves, our name into an international scenario.
No, I would like to add one more point. Taking part in international events is not wrong. Even I'm coming to Dhaka to take part in Dhaka Half Marathon or Uttara 10K. It's cultural exchange. Sports is the only thing which will break the barriers. It will make people to get mingled.
True.
To be honest, before coming to Dhaka or Bangladesh for the first time, I should have came to Bangladesh in year 2005 when I was a teenager, when I was a kid. People told me that it's a dangerous country where people would be, kidnapping, killing, all these things would happen. It didn't change a few years later, in 2007, when I was planning to come to play Dhaka Premier League cricket. Same thing was told to me by an international cricketer. He told, hey, don't go to Dhaka, man, people are bad. And in 2012, when Bangladesh Premier League has been introduced, I'm supposed to give my name for the auction. Immediately, another international cricketer popped in. He told there was some bomb blast, and when he was also commentating all international cricket in Bangladesh. When we were in Bangladesh, we were sitting inside the hotel room. We didn't go anywhere out. People are, not trustworthy or something like that. So
when was it?
2012.
Was it in Dhaka, the bombing?
He told me Dhaka is quite risky place. But the point over here is, forget about all those stuff. All negativity has come to an end when I came to Dhaka in 19. I felt things were different. If you ask me, I've been to Kolkata, I hail from down south. So the Bengali culture is totally away. We all have identical cultures, but not similar. We're all having identical. It looks similar, but not similar at all. I can understand what you guys are doing because of the identical thing. But since I came during last year, I understood the things are not the way it was portrayed by the people. So that's the best part of going to international events and taking part. You get to know about more people, more places. I felt Dhaka wasn't a risky place. People were warm. They were showing a lot of hospitality. It was amazing place. Bangladesh, right? I shouldn't say Dhaka because other places are also quite good. I've seen the pictures; they're all phenomenal. So that's the best part of traveling to different places. When you guys are coming to India, probably you might be seeing different things. As a sports management professional, I would say it's quite good to travel to different places, and sports is again in an industry. It's an industry. There's a money in it. Let's be honest, it has money. So when people tour to different places, even sports football team or cricket team, they travel because it has money in it. Sports tourism is a new trend which is going around. It's good, but degrading the local events or home events, which I didn't like much. Did you get my point?
Yeah.
Degrading the local events, stating that hey, they have IAAF and AIMS certification. Guys, viewers, please understand one point. AIMS or AIMS or IAF certification is meant for the people who wants to take part in international events and trying to go for podiums, not for everyone. Understand one thing, Dhaka has it. Dhaka Run Lords, I have personally seen how they've struggled and how hard they work to get that kind of title. I believe same thing with the CCCL. I'm not sure about it. But I've seen Dhaka Run Lords closer. I've seen them the way they have fought and they got it. It's always good to have international certifications, no matter whether you got it late or you got it earlier. It's good. But understand one thing, local events which are organized in Bangladesh are also quite amazing. I heard about feedbacks about Ghazipur half marathon, Maulvi Bazaar half marathon, Chalan Wheel half marathon. They didn't have timing chips, they didn't have certifications, they didn't have, all gaga about the events, but they did phenomenally well. People were happy by the end of the day. You got certificates through online. Same thing what you get it through websites as well. You got amazing medals. Come on, guys, be realistic. Don't expect too much. It's a burden on the organizers. So I understand, Tanvir, that you're telling me that international is a hype. It's good that
Tanvir
we
wants to
exchange
say
the people.
something.
We exchange the people. We go here and there, but by the end of the day, it should be an understanding that local events have to be respected. That's what I wanted to. That's the main thing I wanted you to be here. Main thing.
I just want to add one point here. Actually, when I said about this international event and everything, I may sound cynical, but actually, out of 100% people, only 20% people who are interested now in running do it for the passion and other things. People may not like my comment right now because I think all the hypes and everything, at least 60% is social media hype. Okay. People are coming to show off sometime, like the medals and the certificates and everything, but which is sometimes is a good thing that this way more people are getting involved and day by day they will get hooked up. Okay. And we are just taking baby steps in Bangladesh, right? Compared to other countries like neighboring India, they have a long culture of even in Bangladesh, we don't even have like morning walk culture that much, right? Only
Tanvir is changing. Even
no,
outside
it's
Dhaka,
changing. It's changing. I'm not saying that it's not happening. It's changing,
He
but
says that
it's
it's
only
coming in
concentrated. Yeah,
recent past.
it is concentrated on like Dhanmondi,
Events.
Romna, and
Okay.
Uttara, the morning walk thing, right?
Yeah.
But why it is not possible for many people because of the traffic and everything, because people have to wake up very early in the morning, go to the office. People don't have time to go for morning walks, right? Life is very fast right now. That's why people go to morning walk in the Fridays, but not in the weekdays. So what my point is, where I just want to add in about the international thing, Bangladesh didn't had that glitz and glamour of the events that other countries had, but we are starting to have. My point of having Gazipur half marathon was because I was seeing that so many events are happening in Dhaka. Everything is happening in Dhaka. And I went to some of the sponsors and they refused me just because I am having this program in Gazipur, not in Dhaka. They refused me. So I was so like angry. I said, whatever happens, if I have to pay from my pocket, I will have an international, near to international quality event in Gazipur, no matter what happens. Okay,
That's
I
the
want to
spirit.
set an
That's the spirit.
I wanted to set an example that this, yes, you can do it, because I didn't have any business thinking there. I just wanted to do it. That's why I did Gazipur half marathon. So we need more people, not like me, like to take risk. Okay, to do this kind of event in their hometown or in their locality, and day by day when these things happens, there will be more events in every city, and we don't have to look for international event in other countries. It is good if you have the ability. You should always go to other countries.
So, Tanvir, it should be an exchange thing. People should come here and there.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong in that.
No.
See, I'm not trying to de-promote, or I'm not trying to degrade Indian events. Indian events has its own flavors. But the point over here is, why are they, degrading the local events? That's the thing. Otherwise,
So, one thing I must share here. Sorry for interrupting. That is, it's not about the title of the event or where the event is taking place, whether it's in Dhaka or wherever in the art, I can say. Okay, because for the globalization or for these things, we think it is a global village for us, right? And we runners, we sportsmen, take this art to like a mother earth to us, right? The art is to us. So the thing is, if the event is Dhaka half marathon, or the thing is Gazipur half marathon, or wherever it is taking place, it is a running event. Runners will take part.
Exactly.
And our motto is to bring more people into running.
Exactly.
Right? So the thing is,
exactly.
I sometimes see the cat fights into events to events, right? You know what I mean? Do you guys understand what I mean?
Yeah. It's a healthy competition. Healthy competition.
It's a healthy competition.
Our event is best. Every event is unique. Why don't you understand? Every running jail or wherever, Gazipur or in Molavi Bajar, 5 kilometers is still 5 kilometers. This is a simple thing.
One point I would like to add to your point, Tuli. No matter whether it's a distance, a lot of girls or guys even think about distance. They think that running 1 kilometer or maybe 10 kilometers is something which is low to their, their standards. That's absolutely wrong. Hasin, I told you several times this point. There are a lot of international races where they have a category of 1 mile race or 2 mile races, 3 mile race. In subcontinent, we do not have that kind of culture. And again, one more point which I would like to add.
We don't have any of those dashes. We don't have a 100-meter dash.
We do not have that. Also, I find this people, the senior runners, they think, or they would, pass on the message stating that after doing one category, you need to go on to the next category, which is absolutely rubbish. I would say that do well in a particular category, be strong in that, enjoy it. If you're a recreational runner, enjoy that particular category. You're paying money for that. You get all the benefits back. Just enjoy it. That's the motto by the end of the day. If you're a performer, perform in that particular category. Just get that prize. That's the simple point. You shouldn't degrade that distance. That's the thing which is happening everywhere. It's happening in Bangladesh. It's happening in India. So that's the problem. That's the thing. What you were trying to say.
Okay, so this is we are very last moment of this live session, right? We
are closing.
less time.
We're closing
Okay.
to the closing.
So one thing I must share with you all
okay, go on.
that just came into my mind. Every person, I guess Sanjib sir, he will agree with me. Our in the third layer of our brain, we already have a child in us, a male person or a female person. Every human has a child in themselves. Okay, so what we have to do is we don't have to forget how to play. As a child, no one taught us how to play, how to run a car, how to skate, or how to cycle, right? We fell down, we get up, then again we try. So this is the thing, this is our life. Running, I learned that this is a playing field, so you have to play. That's all. It's a simple thing.
Yeah, we have a kid inside us. Doesn't mean we are regular. I'm just saying we have a kid inside.
So Dr. Sanjib, you were part of the organizing committee of Maulvi Bazaar Half Marathon. How was the thing actually? How the people reacted when you announced about this event? Were the people accepting that event, or did they thought that it's out of Dhaka, it's not possible for them to come and take part? Because if you ask me, the best part of sport is to go to different places and embrace different cultures. I believe there are a lot of cultures in Bangladesh as well. Dhaka has a different culture. Khulna has different culture. Chittagong has different culture. I believe so. So I think Maulvi Bazaar has a different culture. So did people reacted positively and they took part, or did they hesitated to take part? What was the reaction of the people?
First of all, thing in Malaysia, people are not too sure that our event will really happen. Okay, some people think you people are organizing this event is a waste of time, waste of money. And also we have facing a problem as like a Gazipur Half Marathon. We don't have any sponsor. We go a lot of places. The people are ignoring us. Why you people are wasting time with the running event? People doesn't come into Maulvi Bazaar. So our teammates, Maulvi Half Marathons have a bunch of members who are working there. So these people are totally, these people are totally crazy people. They told me, if we are not even get any money, so we must be paid from our pocket. After that, we can make a good event. After all, in the end of the moment, we are get our sponsorship from one of our most sports interested persons from Maulvi Bazaar. So first of all, he ensured us that I give you the money for the you people that do the program. So after that, we are making some what is the promo, and just we are to try to enrich the people of all over the country. After that, in the registration day, when we started our registration, one of our senior colleagues said, it's quite impossible. In one day, 80 registration, in opening day, it's quite impossible. Because just there before, 15 days, 1 month before, Gazipur already held the marathon. So if people never will think that the people came to the only run from Maulvi. We believe that.
That's why you need to prepare a calendar. That's why you need to prepare a calendar.
Yeah,
and you need to set a
calendar, a running event. So after that, you can believe in one day. First day we are 150 participants are registered in our Maulvi Half Marathon.
Oh, nice.
After that, we have a plan for only 300 slots for Maulvi Half Marathon. In the end of moment, by force of every circle, we have it's increased into 350 into our Maulvi Half Marathon, participant in our Maulvi Half Marathon. It's a quite amazing, just like we arrange in one of the periphery side of the Bangladesh. Is the district is not a what I can say, it's not a subdivision. Is a district, single corner of Bangladesh. So we have it's only possible for that we have a tea capital. The Maulvi is a tea capital, tea town in our country. So that's why people are coming here to charming to look up the beauties of the tea tea gardens. So that's why we have quite good running event represent to the all runners throughout our country. That's it. And
Amazing.
first of all, we think that basically I'm thinking that run for healthy life, nothing for run for healthy life. I promote all time run for healthy life. Just I'm running for my health, and I'm encouraging people just do it. I have a lot of patients in my chamber, so asking why you are running. I don't nothing. I want to just feed myself. I also encourage the patients and my colleagues, my friends to encourage to run just for healthy life, nothing else. And this culture will be make our country one day healthy nation. We need nowadays we are passing with some issues just like a corona, COVID-19. If you want to the turn off from this situation, you need the physical active. You know that most of the runners are nowadays active indoor or outdoor. But we need to emphasize our activities, where rather in indoor or outdoor. That's it.
So, Salima, so you have been running and you have been inspiring a lot of people, and time balance is the most important part. You know, you have family, you have work, you have sports as a passion. How do you recommend girls and women who are interested in sports, especially running and cycling, to manage their time by balancing everything properly? I also believe you go out for, outing along with your friends and family. Besides that, you also go for your training, running, and events. How do you recommend the people to manage the time properly?
Well, I wouldn't say that everyone has same time routine, right? I would like to know, depending on your work, if you have a family, if you are a working person, then you have to manage both at the same time. And when it comes to workout, running or cycling, you don't necessarily have to do it every day, right? But as being a mother, like if you're a working woman or if you're woman in the house, but definitely you would want to do some workout or running. You just have to see your timeline, the routine. Okay, always look at your timeline, the routine that you have. Okay, if it is possible for you or not. There are a lot of women come to me. They're asking that, Apu, I don't have the time to run. I don't have the time to do this. How I'm gonna manage everything? So I usually ask them that this thing is like, once in a week, twice in a week is enough for you. When are you free? Like in the morning. Do you do anything in the morning? They're like, I don't feel like waking up in the morning, Apu. It's kind of hard. I'm like, that's the thing, you need to do it. Morning are the best, best thing that you have, because at that time it's fresh. At that time it's like fresh air. And then when you start running at that time, you feel something different. But Apu, I'm not into running. I'm like, okay, I understand. Not everyone is into running or cycling. Okay. You have to inspire them, make them understand that what are you working about, and show them something. Or, okay, just make them join with you first. Like how you say this, volunteer. Make them volunteer with you for maybe a few days. Then after that, make them see that running is not about. I'm not asking you to do it as a hard workout. Enjoy it as a fun. Okay, you don't have to enjoy it as in it's like you're going to school, earning academic, anything like that. No. So I remember there are a lot of people, they're inconsistent and they're like, not able to. So what I did, I was like, okay, I tell you what, you don't have to go for running. Fine, I understand that. What about the workout? What about yoga? What about cycling? Then you give them the options. They were like, okay, yoga is fine. Okay. Then after the yoga is done, okay, like, do you feel something in your body that you have a lot of energy or something? Okay, forget about that one. Now, the time routine, what I usually understand that because they have family, okay? When they have family, they get occupied about the household workout. So they feel that, running is busy and takes toll over them. But make them understand that it's not about you're going to have to take 2 hours of running. Give them first to the 15 minutes. Walk. Go for a walk. Okay, then you will see. and then introduce them with something interesting app that looks fun. Ladies, they always stick with the smartphone, and everyone has the smartphone, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the thing. They have the smartphone. Believe me, they love to go Facebook media.
Practice, I don't take my phones. Nah.
Nah. So introduce them with the app that will track their workout. Okay. So like, for example, Strava, maybe Endo, or maybe Runkeepers, and all of the things. So, okay, download this one and try to track that, in 15 minutes, how many calories or how many steps have you walked. Trust me, you will feel that it's worth it. I've noticed that there are a lot of enthusiastic ladies, which I am kind of happy to say, they are working at night whole time, but couldn't wake up in the morning because they're tired. They need to sleep well and eat well at the same time, right? I'm not saying you have to go waste. I'm like, listen, you need your energy. Don't go wasting that energy for the running. Just take it easy. Go for it. If you feel that you are ready for it, go for it. Okay. So, I've seen that I have good friends. I mean, I've been seeing him. He never liked running. I want to mention his name. Every time he's like, I'm going to go for running. I'm going to go for running. But the next day in the morning, I had to wake him up. I'm like, are you awake? No, I'm not awake. But then I'm like, okay.
Friend as well. Who's watching right now? Who's watching right now?
He's already watching, right? I'm sure he's watching right now.
Is it he or she?
It's a he for me.
It's a he for me, too. Okay. I have 4 really passionate people. Do you know, I don't believe, let me tell you one thing. I don't believe people who are runners, they can become runners. I believe that, if you have the will, if you give them the encouragement, they will do it for you. You can't tell them, oh, you're too fat, I'm sorry, you can't do it. Don't judge them that. No, don't judge them that. Okay, you have to encourage them. I do believe the power of people it doesn't matter what you look like, size doesn't matter, shape doesn't matter. I believe they can do it, I have seen really I've seen one of my a guy friend, he's huge. And the way he ran, I'm like, I told you, you're good. And he's faster than me, maybe about a kilometer, about 4 or 5 minutes, He's
Wow.
good. Wow, yes. And now this guy that I met, almost 2 years now, he's been running in Hatijil, and he's been giving me the update. See, Apu, I did running. See, Apu? Oh, also.
Hats off to you. Hats off to you. Wonderful.
If
So,
you're
Hasin, do you have any Hasin, do you have any questions Hasin, do you have any questions or comments? Quick one.
Yeah, we have.
Make it quick.
I have a whole bunch of comments. Panda Bhai has been watching us.
Make it fast.
He has said us hi. Then we have Lalon Bhai. I think we need to read out the Lalon Bhai's one. Nice discussion. Much
one
appreciated.
audience. His name is Natmul
Please.
Hassan Rahi. He wrote
Yeah,
from
go on.
Pub to say that he's a crazy for running. And yes, welcome to our
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
Crazy people run.
Where is this comment? There is this.
Yeah.
Running and cycling. So yeah, welcome to the world. Inshallah,
Okay.
someday we'll see you, bhai. Samne samne dekha hole, we will have a photo at least.
Shall we go on to the topic?
Sir, please. The hearts are speaking. Lalun bhai
Okay,
said,
so-
but I think it would be more beneficial. Just a minute, Vijay. For all level runners, if this session has been conducted in Bangla,
Yeah,
ভাইয়া
Bangla
আমরা চেষ্টা
is
করছি
better.
আমরা
We wanted to
বাংলা
listen in Bangla.
আমরা হচ্ছে বাংলা ইংলিশ কনভার্ট করছি বাট আমাদের মধ্যে আজকে একজন আছে যে হচ্ছে বাংলাতে এখনো যায় না তো আশা করছি আমরা সামনে হয়তো হিন্দিতে যেতে পারি না আমি তো
Vijay,
টিভিতে
what
দেখতে
we
দেখতে
can
বাংলা
do is,
শিখতেছি
what we can do is, let's go for a 13.1 mile run and we can teach you how to, speak in Bangla.
এই যে বেশিক্ষণ
I'm already learning it. Yeah.
হালকা পাগল হয়ে গেছে
After a half marathon, you will be a pro Bangla singer, okay?
Exactly. And if you really want to marry someone from Bangladesh, you gotta learn Bangla. We're not cracking inside jokes. Acha, Ratna Apu from Dhanmondi said, yeah, we should have runners joining from other country. Inshallah, Apu. Rizwan Bhai, Digital Hata Baba said, amazing experience in our local country, especially in Ghazipur Hub. Thanks to Tanvir Bhai and Mowli Bazar half marathon. Special thanks to Tanvir Bhai and Sanjib da, because আমরা এখানে কয়েকটা জিনিস খুব বেশি মাত্রা ইগনোর করে যাই ইভেন্টের
It's an honor to have Sanjib and Tanvir, because they're
Exactly,
from
the whole
different
show is
regions,
dedicated to them.
Gazipur and
Oh,
Molvi
right.
Bazaar.
Exactly. Can I have
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for the word.
And Raihan Mozid Bhai says, salute Tanvir Bhai for your passion.
This Raihan Mozid, he just joined for running, new.
MashaAllah. Please carry on, Bhai. By all means, please
He
carry
really
on.
did good.
MashaAllah. From Meerpur, Shaju Bhai said, good going. Thank you, Shaju Bhai. Stay with us. Ziaur Bhai from Dhanmondi said, already have some local event, fully international
Okay,
standard. Exactly.
now let's get into the topic, and we'll have a small break in between. Yeah, I think
Break.
we're getting more
What break?
deviated.
We can do a part 2. We're close
Yeah,
to
we should do a
1.5
part 2 actually. No, we should do a part 2 because we need to do a more organized discussion, because we need to divide into topics that people can follow. Otherwise, it will deviate to many things.
Tanvir, the best
There's a lot of
part of
things we need to
having
clear up.
Tanvir, the best part of having all the topics is just because people do not get bored of. Because if you talk
And-
about just one topic, if you talk only about running, it's quite boring. To be honest, I've been running over past several years, but it's boring. Talk about event organizing,
Make it
talk about
spicy.
motherhood, talk about workouts, talk about physiotherapy injuries.
Okay, guys, you should call Arnav Goswami into this live event, and it will make it more interesting.
No way. So
I am
Tuli,
trying
are
to
you
talk
there?
like him. Arnav Goswami, I am trying to talk like Arnav Goswami.
Oh,
Tuli has gone for a break. Now going to
No,
you know
line has
Arnav Goswami,
disconnected.
right?
She's back. She's back.
she's coming
he's back. Yeah.
Oh my
So
God,
Tuli,
I'm back. I was so my head is up and down.
yeah. So now, see, like I said, we are having different topics and different discussions because we do not want to bore the viewers. The point is quite simple. We can have one organized way of talking, where by end of the day, people would say it's quite boring. When you have various topics, even organizing, physiotherapy, injuries, motherhood, exercises, coming out of the gyms, like breaking
let
out
me
the.
correct you here. Let me give you one point here. If they see that a woman also speaking, you might see a lot of viewers too, by the way. What do you think, Tuli?
We're not pimping
if
it full like that.
Sorry,
right?
pardon, I couldn't hear you.
Come on.
if you if you see women are also talking, women live talk show, you might see a lot of viewers popping in. You will see a lot of, okay, man, I got how many guys? 1, 2, 3, 4 guys and 2 women. But oh my God, the ladies too. Let's get in, let's talk.
Yeah.
But from the very beginning, we've been going through this deal. Exactly, Tanvir Bhai. Yeah.
No, you can't
we
put
share
a
the
thumb
same thing.
down. No.
Exactly. We figured that we will never do something like that. We'll never let's say utilize this kind of thing just because of general thing as attracting new audience.
I know.
I know. We just want to generalize this thing. I mean, otherwise, just one simple fun for us. It's a simple fun. It's a banter. But for some people, you guys see what they are in the toilet.
See, Tanvir, I'll add one more point with this. Hasin.
Yeah,
We all have banters. We have fun.
exactly.
We share the knowledge. We embrace each other's success. But by the end of the day, how we appreciate each other's success is most important. You worked hard. You did this event. Sanjeev worked hard for the Molvi Bazaar. He successfully did that event. And Tuli, she came out of the gyms, she was totally out of sports. She was discouraged, probably she was body shamed by a lot of people. She came out of it. And Salima, she's an amazing, I don't know, she is doing a lot of stuff, which even I can't think about. So many things at one point.
I'm just
At one time.
that's all.
So, it's we have different people from different backgrounds. One physiotherapy, one RJ, one IT guy, one person who's working in somewhere. I don't know what to name the place. I know where you're working, Salima. So so you're all from different backgrounds and coming forward. You all have different perceptions. We all have different experiences. So if you're putting everything together, all the topics together, that will be really a fine thing which people can extract rather than just talking about running, or maybe events, or maybe mere your experience doesn't make any sense if you ask me. That's why I have mixed up everything. I believe viewers are enjoying. I guess viewers are still there. I can't see any viewers at this point of time. Anyway, they are there, I reckon.
20, at
So
least
coming
20.
back to the point, Tuli,
Yes.
we started with the topic of body shaming, etc. And the things are slowly changing, gradually changing, where people are accepting women into sports or into recreational sports. Earlier, I heard a lot of people curse or shout at women, or maybe ashame people or discourage girls. And I'm seeing a little bit of change where people like Salima, Shuti, Shakila, Boroma, all these people came forward. They did pacing. You did RJ. I mean, you did comparing in Dhaka half marathon. I saw from very long distance. I didn't see you honestly.
No, you did also Dour also, right?
I was
Dour also.
in category, I guess, fourth.
Dour also in Jack.
19, yes, that was the fourth.
He did really good there.
Thank you.
Now things are changing where women paces are coming. Even in Tanvir's event, I guess Jahanara has paced in event.
Anisa in Uttaratinke.
Yeah. She was an ambassador. Khan, Zeba, who was winner in a lot of editions of different events, Gazebo Half Marathon, Zeba. Even AP was also one of the winners, AP Talukdar. So things are changing where women are getting into podiums, women are getting into pacing, women are getting into ambassadorship. How do you see the things in the near future? Two things I will be asking you here. First thing, is there a good future or scope for women runners? First thing is that. Second thing is that how do you tackle when people are shaming you or trying to embarrass you or harass you during your training or during the event time? How do you try to manage? Two things. Let me put it again clearly. First thing is that how to get rid of harassments during the running training and the events. Second thing is that is there any good scope of bright future for women or girls? As per sports, I wouldn't say sports. Sports again, it becomes a massive thing. In recreation sports like running and cycling, is there good scope for them to become a better person or maybe a safer person?
Okay, the first thing you asked me that how I tackle the harassment of the things coming into me, right? Towards me on running or training session. First thing, I am at that age, at that point where I can see my elders doing a different thing and youngers thinking another thing. But I always wanted to be that personality which can take, I can bring a line between them. And of course, the negative things coming towards me, I always try to tackle that in a positive way. Last Dhaka half marathon, when I was running, a guy, he was passing me, and he was saying like, I just missed the 1 hour 50 minutes. What is it called? Leader. Okay, he was just going
pacer.
And I was, a pacer, and the guy was saying, "Apni basta chhede dilen kya?" And that means like why you let the guy go away from you? Catch him like that. And what I say to him is, if you are capable man, please go and catch him. That was just my simple reply. I was just smiling and I was saying, "Bhai, apni jodi paren jay unake thoren, no problem. Ami apnake dekhte chai, podium win. Go please." Okay? So this is the thing, how I handle. And even if in my gym, I shared this on the very first place that people are body shaming us randomly. Even if I am an athlete, they are saying like, okay, khana to muscle beshi kano, khana to kano, why you are doing things, okay? But I always say them because I am in love with this. Do you have anything in life which you love? You just keep that to yourself. Okay, this is my first thing. I am always a positive thinker, and I do tackle these things in a humorous way so that no one can get offended, but I can handle everything. Okay. And the second thing is, yes, I see a very, very, very good future for females coming into running or into gym or into any kind of exercise or any kind of things in Bangladesh, because we are here for them. We are here for them. We are positive. We are just showing them me, Salima. I can remember Sami Apu. I can remember Poroma Apu. I came into running. I was about to leave. I stayed because of Poroma Apu, because she is such an amazing person. Okay, so if there are people who can pull us up and hold us, so definitely they're gonna come and stay. So yeah, that's a good thing.
So how do you suggest to the younger girls who are feeling or maybe hesitating to get into this running, probably thinking that they will be getting harassed? So what would you tell them, or how do you suggest them to tackle the situation?
Okay.
You tackled it well. You tackled it well, but how do you ask them to tackle the situation?
Okay. So first thing is, in this matter, I would like to request them first that come into running, and when they are not coming because of the fear that they can be harassed or something, you always have to talk with someone you feel like very close to. You have to reach out. If you're facing a problem, you have to talk to someone. I am facing a problem, I talk to Poroma Apu, I talk to Sami Apu, I talk to any Apu I can feel like.
Net is causing the problem, I guess. And Tuli Apu is facing internet issues today.
Yeah.
So Sanjib, let's get back to you. So Sanjib, you did blogging this time, so it's an honor to have you actually for doing this blogging thing. A lot of people do not understand the value of blogging. Blogging is totally related with the environment. It is also related with running event. And to make this running event successful, blogger is very important. You are a trendsetter. It's really honorable to have you as a blogger, as a physiotherapist, runner, and organizer. Could you please share more things, how the things could be better by having more bloggers in the events?
First of all, we need to, or runners are nowadays more civilized people. No one can dump into the running period into the Dhaka half marathon. It's quite good for me. Not too much need to blogging, but I think in generally in our country we need to emphasize the blogger as well as our local events, and also the Dhaka already included. But in terms of the blogger, I think those who want to participate as a blogger, if she or he must be know about the bloggers things, how we could do, how is the main things we have to manage. In a Dhaka Half Marathon, I have experience with the blogger as well as though I am a professional, two or three people have an injury of the cup.
Yeah. So viewers,
I have already managed.
Sorry for interruption. Viewers, the best part of Dr. Sanjib is he was not only the vlogger. I've seen him personally when I was doing pacing. He attended a couple of runners who had a little bit of casualties where they, lied on just because of some niggles, etc. He was doing stretching. That was the best part of the sportsmanship. We need to appreciate him. Just clap for him, guys. Something phenomenal he did. We need to appreciate these kind of small efforts. It's not a small effort, to be honest, because this is the best part of the sports where we appreciate each other. When someone is down or out, Sanjeev could have gone faster than anyone else, but he thought for a fraction of a second that it's important to attend. So he did it. So yeah, please go ahead. I thought this is an important thing which I want to tell.
But there is some problem in our country. Most of the runners, they don't have any proper idea how they are nourishing themselves, rather than the ALS already training into the Dhaka. those people are staying outside of Dhaka, as well as those people just know actually what we should do before the running, after the running. That's why people much have complicated with the running issues, some like the knee pain, back pain, as well as the ankle pain. So we need, I request to the all runners, first of all, we need to know about our body structure, what we should need our body. This is the main thing. I'm not capable to the 21-kilometer run, so I must be ensure myself that I am the participant of the 10K runner or 15K runner. So first of all, I need to nourishing myself, growing up myself. After that, we can attend the program. Somehow some program have somehow in one or two events, some runner have a problem with the injuries in between the running time. So those runner must this runner must be know about her or him's body condition. They are blaming to the organizers.
Oh, that's rubbish. That's rubbish.
Yeah, they do not have any proper medical staffs, medical treatment. We know that, but in our country, the running culture is just growing up. Just growing up. The peoples of our country now try to run, just try to feed themselves or himself. So in this session, these people are doing says like this bullshit war. So most of the organizers have really hard. They try to give the 100% effort. Unfortunately, some gap in between the runner and the organizers I see. But I think running is one of the good sports into the sports fields, because we have already different cultures, different communities. People are getting here to gossip here. Okay, here is a Salima Apu, full housewife, Tuli Apu, RJ, Tanvir, architect, IT specialist. So we don't have a bunch of people are getting some field in the running field. Just we want to sharing our knowledge. Just we want to feed ourselves. Oh, one day the Bangladesh also feed, and our nation will be feed. Just through running, and people are grow up. They change our mind, as well as their activities with their activities. Simple thing. Exactly. Running is good for health.
Exactly.
Can I just add one thing before? Actually, my phone is dying, so I might get locked out anytime.
Yeah.
So I just want to say something about what Sanjib said about this distance thing. I think some people are overdoing it totally, because because everyone is just thinking about the distance, that they want to have their name on the ultra marathon. What the hell, man? This is like, it doesn't really make any sense, because I have seen comments of many people who said, "Oh, just done my first ultra marathon." I asked, "How many runs you have done so far?" "This is my first time, Bhaiya." I said, "What? Like, are you kidding me? And why did you do that? And what is your point?" And these people gets lost many of the time. I have seen so many people running 21 kilometer, 42 kilometer and ultra. That is the one thing that they do, and after that 3-4 months, 6 months, you don't see them. The running trail. You don't
see Tanvir, that is how Sanjib is getting his business. He's a physiotherapist, you know. He gets
but it's a bad thing, and I always.
That's a simple thing.
Yeah, but I think I am actually into 21 kilometer at best. I will not go beyond that, because I think right now this is my limit. Okay, if I can go under 2 hours in 21 kilometers, then I will think about doing longer runs.
Absolutely.
Longer.
So Tanvir, before your phone dies, I want to ask you one question. I know Tuli, she wants to say something. The connection has gone away. I'll come back to you, Tuli.
Yeah, sure.
Tanvir, before your phone dies, I want to ask you this question. You did pacing in CCCL. Pacing is totally a different thing, which each and every one cannot do it. It has its own strategy. How to get rid of the crowd and coming out of it matters a lot. And having the strategy and working out on a race day is a totally different thing than running in a normal event. So how did you manage it? Your first experience as a pacer, you selected pacer for Gazipur half marathon. You saw pacers in Dhaka half marathon, but you were runner, you were organizer, but how did you get into the pace? What made you to feel like by end of the run you felt like good pacer or bad pacer? The things which you could have done better.
Actually, pacing was an accidental thing for me because Rajiv Bhai asked me to do the pacing, and I just jumped into the opportunity. But I was inspired in this CCCL. I was inspired, and I actually followed your strategy of relaxing and running. And also, I carried a Bluetooth speaker just like you on my back and ran the whole way. And ran the whole way and listening to music and people were surrounding me. Yeah, exactly.
Thanks to Panda. Thanks to Panda for me. He gave me that Bluetooth speaker. So I was playing the music.
Yeah. So actually, pacing is totally a different thing because you have to always think in your mind that this is the space that you are always going to have to maintain, right? Because you cannot go faster or you cannot go slower. Okay.
Exactly.
So you just have to average the thing. Say, for example, first you have to divide your run. Say, for example, like in CCCL, it was like 15, right?
70 minutes.
10K, right? So you just divide it to like 3 kilometers and 3.5 kilometers, and you calculate your time based on that. And I missed the train for like bus for like 1 minute or so, I think, because I was
okay.
new.
You can work on it. You can work on it. Next time we can talk about it. How to do that.
There's always
but it was of course, and it was an honor and it was really fun because people were following me because I always had people with me because people thought that being with an pacer will give you more photo opportunities. Okay. So people were always following me to get their picture. Yeah, they were always following me for the photos actually. So and not only that,
back then you were a celebrity on the track.
And also some people really thanked me because they were very new into running. So that's why they said that
that is ultimate satisfaction.
Yeah,
people thanking you by end of the run.
End of the run they said thank you Bhaiya for playing your music and we paced with you and we had a lot of fun. That was really fun for me.
That is really nice.
So Tuli, we were talking about the suggestions to the young girls to come out of the harassments, etc. Because sometimes they do come across with such kind of harassments, even in places like Hatir Jil. So Hatir Jil is known for running and cycling. Despite the fact that it's known place for all these things, harassments do happen. So what do you suggest to them how to tackle that?
Well, what I think is Sanjib can agree with me that females but girls are those persons whom you should take care of very nicely. They should be taken care of nicely. Okay, so if one girl is scared, she can't come into running or come into practices just because of this thing, you have to back them up. If you are a runner and if you are a female, you have to back them up. You have to make them feel that they are secured with you. You have to make them feel that yes, they can come into training, they can come into running, and they'll be okay. They'll be all fine. Okay. Even if I faced some guardians, because I was the teacher of an English medium school as well. So some of my students are still connected with me, and when they are watching me that I'm into running, into fitness, into these things, so they also want to go for a training session or for a run with me in Boshundhara or Hatirjil. Okay, so first they face that their guardians saying like, Tuli, they're scared of Tuli, you will take my daughter. Okay, fine, you please take care. Okay, they are just calling me 3-4 times in the session. But gradually when the time goes, okay, they felt like, yeah, their girl is secure with me, because I make them realize that running is important for your daughter or exercise is important for your daughter, and they're completely secure with me. So you don't have to worry for that. If our guardians are completely tensionless with their daughters going into running or exercising, I don't think any parents are there who will stop them to run, who will stop them to go to the gym. So we have to make them, we have to make the environment really safe. And that is why I just post the positive things on social media, so that if 5% is listening or 5% is watching, they can feel the vibe, they can feel close to me, and they can completely change their life. That's my motto.
Awesome. So Haseen, comments and questions.
My only question is, can we do a part
questions
two?
from
Because I
the
think
viewers? Questions from the viewers. We can ask your question.
I'm
by end of the
watching.
show.
I'm viewing as well. I'm a viewer as well. Can we have a part two? Because I feel like lots of stories are untold, and I was waiting for a surprising story from Tuli Apu as well. I was holding my breath. So I hope part two.
Okay, the surprising story I will tell at the end of the show. Just at the end of the show.
Okay? I was waiting for that too.
I'm giving you the space right away. Give me like 30 seconds or 40 at best.
Tell me, I will tell everything.
Give me like 30 or 40 seconds at best. I'm gonna speed reading right now. Rabani Nirav Bhai said, "Bhaiya kono new program ache naki?" Bhaiya আপাতত অনলাইন প্রোগ্রামগুলো চলুক, লকডাউনটা শেষ হোক, ইনশাল্লাহ আমরা আবার রাস্তায় ব্যাক করবো ইনশাল্লাহ। বাট আপাতত না, প্লিজ স্টে সেফ, স্টে হোম, কিপ এভরিওয়ান সেফ। সঞ্জীব ভাই আপনার জন্য রায়হান মজিদ ভাই লিখছেন, just wow to hear your story about Maulvi Bazaar half marathon, and you also have a good soul. Thank you for joining. Thank you as well. জাহিদ ভাই, রাসেল ভাই, থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ। দোয়া করবেন আমাদের সবার জন্য, শুধু আমার জন্য, সবার জন্য দোয়া করবেন। Altogether, yeah, these are the stories. So back to you, Tuli Apu.
Yeah,
just a minute, Tuli, just a minute. Haseen, you had some doubt, it seems. You asked that doubt. I'm so rude to you, so I don't want to do that. You asked.
I have what? I have what?
You have a doubt. I reckon. Yeah, you have a question to Tuli or someone. Probably you can come up. You can ask.
Be open. We are all positive.
Yeah.
Why does it feel like I'm being scripted into something? Don't push me into weird stuff.
All right.
Something.
Okay, I think you don't have any question to anyone.
Okay. Rabani Nirav Bhai said very nice program, and then I think it's for you, Vijay. He said visit Kenya, we can run on Rift Valley trails. So I think
is it me? I don't know. Probably I think to you.
I've
or
never been to
someone?
Kenya. I'm not sure anyone else has.
Yeah, I've been there. So yeah.
Okay, I think before we move on, we have a question and we need to address that. How I could prepare myself after the lockdown?
Okay.
I can't share my routine, but please.
Question is to whom?
Anyone
I guess
who is the coach.
You can answer that very nicely.
Yeah, Sanjib da, you're the doctor.
Yeah.
After lockdown, it's unfortunately we can't tell that the COVID-19 situation how far long existing with us. But we need to prepare ourselves into the home activity. If we active our home activity, then we can easily cope up after lockdown. How we can run, as well as how we can activities increases. But if in the COVID situation, in the lockdown situation, we don't have too much in our indoor activity, this guy might be fell down, having a problem with after the lockdown situation. So we need to stay safe, stay active.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yes.
The
Thank
first
you for
thing we can
the
do before we finish the lockdown, I think I'm just going to add 1 or 2 lines on this.
yes, please.
Conditioning, ভাই রাসেল ভাই, কন্ডিশনিং হচ্ছে সবকিছু। আপনি এখন মাসলকে কেমন করে কন্ডিশন করছেন, সবগুলা এলিট লেভেলের রানার। আই এম নট টকিং অ্যাবাউট আস অর এনিওয়ান ইভেন অ্যামেচার দ্যাট। এলিট লেভেলের রানার যাদেরকে আমরা টিভিতে টাকা খরচ করে করে দেখি, তারা পর্যন্ত অফ সিজন নেয় বছরে একবার, 1 মাস 1.5 মাস করে অফ নেয় যখন দরকার পড়ে। ওরাও পর্যন্ত এরপরে যখন আসে তখন কন্ডিশনিং এ অনেক টাইম দেয়, আস্তে আস্তে আবার গ্রো করে। দে স্টার্ট লাইক দ্য স্টার্টিং ফ্রম দ্য বিগিনিং। সো আমরা তো একেবারেই বাচ্চা। তো আপনি শুরুতে একদম স্লো নিয়েন, কোনো টাইম ট্রায়াল নিয়েন না, কোনো টার্গেট নিয়েন না যে আজকে 5 কিলো দৌড়াবো বা আজকে 20 মিনিট দৌড়াবো। তো স্লো দৌড়ান, নর্মাল থাকেন, কয়েকদিন দেখেন আগে রিদম কেমন করে। আপনি যখন কিছুদিন দৌড়াতে দৌড়াতে অভ্যস্ত হয়ে যাবেন না, তখন কত কিলো যাচ্ছেন, কত স্পিডে যাচ্ছেন, এদের থেকে বেশি ইম্পর্টেন্ট হয় হার্ট রেট। এই জন্য দেখবেন সিনিয়র লেভেল আমাদের মাহবুবের রেগুলার ছবি দিচ্ছে, যে কোনো সিনিয়র লেভেলের রানাররা কখনো ঘড়ির দিকে বারবার তাকায় না, ওরা হচ্ছে বুকে একটা স্ট্র্যাপ পরে নেয়, এবার দৌড়ে থাকবে, স্ট্র্যাপটা লাস্ট থেকে চেক করে যে কি চলতেছে। হার্ট রেট, আপনি সুস্থ কতটুকু আছেন, এটা হচ্ছে হার্ট রেট। দৌড়ার রেজাল্ট তো ইভেন্চুয়ালি মানে সুস্থ থাকা, মানে মেডেল জোগাড় করতে গেলেও সুস্থ থাকতে হবে, ইঞ্জুরি ফ্রি ফিনিশ লাইন শেষ করতে হবে। সুস্থ থাকাটা দ্যাটস দ্য থিং। আফটার লকডাউন খুব স্লো অ্যান্ড সিম্পল ওয়েতে আবার শুরু করেন। ইভেন শুরুতে বহুত দেরি আছে, সো নো ওয়ারিজ, আস্তে ধীরে শুরু করেন। বাট এখন বের না হওয়াটাই বেটার, বাসায় বসে কন্ডিশনিং করতে পারেন। বিজয় ক্যান প্রবলি টেল আস অ্যাবাউট কন্ডিশনিং।
Conditioning as far as the body or mind?
Body. I think mind is a bit skeptic answer for now, because mind is a very elaborated term. You can
Mind is
guide
also
us
quite
with the
important
body
from
conditioning.
this point of time. Just
If you want to address it, please.
yeah.
Just so you know, we are about to be 2 hours.
See, if you're a half marathoner or maybe a 10K runner, it's always better to start with stretchings for the first 3-4 days, because the body has a muscle memory, which it would have gone or maybe faded away for some period of time. So it's better for people to do good session of stretchings and get back to the rhythm. That's the best way to step into the running. Directly stepping into the running is something which is serious, because you might get injured, because muscles are like rubber band. When you overstretch it, for an example, I'll give you an example. Take a rubber band, put it in a freezer, and just take it out. And when you stretch it out, it'll get it'll get torn, or it'll get
snap right away.
snapped. Yeah. That's the thing. Muscles are the thing where it gets warmed up, and then it gets used to it. And as for the muscle memory, it adapts to that muscle movement. And it remembers, not remember in the sense, not muscle doesn't have the brain though. It remembers in the brain, now human brain. And then when you're doing the same action or movements again and again, it doesn't cause any injuries. So I would suggest anyone, or even the person who asked that question, Tariq Ahmed Russell, kindly do 2 to 3 days, or I would say sessions. Days are like in a layman's language. 2 to 3 days of stretchings, very good stretchings, top body to bottom of the body, and then slowly start with the running. Start with the walking for the first couple of days. So for the first 1 week, you'll be doing very minimal, and it's easy way of getting into the activity, physical activity. And then moving on to the running, you can start with very minimal distance. People think that 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers is something which is not appropriate, but to be honest, even 1 kilometer matters a lot. When you're coming back to sport, or when you're away from injury and when you're returning back to sport, even 1 kilometer matters a lot. So I would suggest you to go for 2 kilometers, which makes more sense, and then slowly start up with more distance. Don't go for the speed at initial point of time. Speed can be gained even after 2-3 weeks later. Sorry, 3 weeks later. At least 3 weeks is quite important at initial period of time. As far as mind condition is concerned, just keep yourself calm, focused. Don't get away by jumping into the distance or speed. It can be done later. There's no any hurry for anyone to jump onto the pace or even the distance. So mind conditioning is very important. Keep your mind calm. That's the most important thing. To be a successful person or to be an injury-free person, mind has to be focused with what you are supposed to do. So first thing, discipline. Be disciplined. Do not miss out, or do not cheat yourself by skipping the stretching sessions or walking. And then keep your mind focused. If you're running today 2 kilometers, that's quite enough. Tomorrow you might be going for 2.1 kilometer or 2.5. So by 3 weeks time, we'll be going for 5 kilometers, and then we can move on. So both mind and body conditioning is very important. Yeah? Shall we move on to the guests now, Hasin?
I guess.
Okay. So Salima and Tuli,
just one or two questions. Just one or two comments.
Please go ahead. Yeah.
Rizal Rahman said, "Hello, leaders. It's great to have you all as a fellow athlete. We are humble, but Bhaiya, we are all together. We are just team, Bhaiya." Rabani Nirav Bhai said, "Acha bhai, ei corona shomoy ki baire practice korbo na, please no. আমি তো 3 মাস প্র্যাকটিস, আমি 4 মাস ভাই, সো আই এম উইনিং দ্য লুজার গেম। প্র্যাকটিস রেখে মোটা হয়ে গেছেন ভাই। আমার একটা সুন্দর যত্নওয়ালা একটা ভুঁড়ি হয়ে গেছে আমার অলরেডি। নতুন করে শুরু করলে অনেক হাঁপে যাবো ভাই। শুরুতে যে আস্তে আস্তে শুরু করবেন, শুরুতে কষ্ট করে শুরু করেন না, শরীরকে কষ্ট দিয়ে না। এই প্রোগ্রামটা রেগুলার করলে খুব ভালো লাগবে ভাই। আমরা হচ্ছে প্রতি সপ্তাহে করছি এটা। আজকে যেমন 7 নম্বর এপিসোড যাচ্ছে, নেক্সট উইকে ইনশাআল্লাহ 8 নম্বর এপিসোড, সো উই আর ডুইং ইট এভরি উইক। Russell Bhai, Vijay, it's for you. Russell Bhai said, thanks for your advice. Though I was very confused to go out and start running again. Please, Bhaiya, don't.
No worries. Thanks a lot. You can ask question at any point of time.
Exactly.
Even when the show is out, even after the show, you can ask me any questions. I don't mind answering.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Just reach out over inbox. I'm sure Vijay will welcome you right away. Yeah, Sanjib, I think anyone. Maybe as long as we don't creep out our... Yeah, as long as we don't creep out our female runners, they are always open over inbox as well. That includes boys as well. So. Exactly.
It doesn't matter, guys, girls, it's fine.
Shall we go on to the
I see the hesitant, but I think we are the culprit for that. So no joke on that. So yeah. So yeah, Vijay, you want to say something? And Tuli has a story.
So
I want to say, Vijay or everyone, that एक सिंपल फंडा है लाइफ का, कुछ भी आने का दौड़ने का, just the solution. Okay.
Sorry, Hindi is not my language.
That's a very Tom and Jerry kind of philosophy, but that works actually.
You just run. Okay, everything will be solved. Anyway.
Yeah.
So both Salima and Tuli, are you both part of Alps or Obhijatri?
Yes.
So
very proud member.
By the way, to our audience, what is Obhijatri or Alps?
Okay, so
we've been talking about Obhijatri for quite a long today. Please.
Salima.
Anyone?
About
Salima.
Obhijatri and Alps.
It's an elite runner factory. Come on.
Yes. This is a factory.
Can you repeat the question?
To our audience, can you explain what is Obhijatri or Alps is? We've been talking about it from the very beginning.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Actually, Obhijatri, it's not. It's a small running.
Salima Pu, if you can, in Bangla, if you can, I guess that will be more helpful.
Okay, I'll try my best.
I'm only joking. Let's just go on. Whichever you're comfortable with, I'm not important. Okay, she's back.
I think Tuli can take it forward.
Yeah, of course. I guess Salima Apu, you here?
She's here. She can probably hear us, but we are not getting her feed from this internet mishap, I guess.
Okay, so Obhijatri or Alps, right? The new name is Alps. Etar previous naam chilo Obhijatri. Obhijatri হচ্ছে একটা ট্রেনিং গ্রুপ যারা আপনাকে ট্রেন করবে to be a pro runner, okay? And the best version of yourself. তারা হচ্ছে ইয়ট ক্লাব মাঠে ট্রেনিং দিত রবিবার এবং বুধবারে, এবং যারা হচ্ছে মানে anyone can join and আপনাকে ওই মাইন্ডসেটটা নিয়ে ওখানে যেতে হবে যে অ্যাকচুয়ালি I want to learn something, এবং in that process you will get যে এটার ফাইনাল রেজাল্ট হবে you will be a pro runner, honestly speaking. we have such an amazing leaders over there. Tahir Bhaiya, who started it, Rakib Bhai, who leads us. Okay, and যে ঢাকা হাফ ম্যারাথনে পোডিয়াম উইনার হয়েছিল, যারা আয়রন ম্যানে আপনার জয়েন করছে, ট্রায়াথলিট ইভেন্টগুলো জয়েন করছে, তাদেরকে দেখে ভয় পাওয়ার কিছু নাই দ্যাট আমি রানার না বা আমি কিছু জানি না, ওদের সাথে কিভাবে করব। অভিযাত্রী ইজ মানে জাস্ট আ গ্রুপ যেখানে আপনি গেলে ইউ ক্যান গেট এনিথিং এন্ড এভরিথিং ফ্রম দেয়ার, দ্যাটস অল। অভিযাত্রীর নতুন নাম হচ্ছে আলস।
এক্স্যাক্টলি। আচ্ছা, একটু ইন্টারাপ্ট করি। রাব্বি ভাই বলছে এভরি উইক, তবে আমরা আপনাদের সাথে কথা বলতে অ্যাডভাইস নিতে পারবো। অফকোর্স ভাই, প্লিজ ওয়েলকাম, ইউ আর অলওয়েজ ওয়েলকাম। আপনি যদি আমাদের সাথে ডাইরেক্ট লাইভ এসে কথা বলতে চান, জাস্ট গিভ আস আ বাজ ওভার ইনবক্স। আর রিয়াজুর রহমান ভাই আপুর সাথে একটু অ্যাড করছে, Alps is the powerhouse, mashallah. Here I have trained with two mates, Salima apu and Tuli apu. Yes, they both are amazing runners.
Thank you so
I need
much.
to add.
Okay,
Yes,
so I guess
so the story.
that's all from us. Yeah.
Shall I
Take it
ask
away,
Sanjib a question?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sanjib, what kind of injuries does the casualties the runners come up with? I mean, some people will knock you and they'll be talking about injuries, you know, basic injuries, not the heavy ones, the basic injuries. What kind of injuries people come up with? They say about plantar, they talk about, twist, or they might be talking about runner's knee. What kind of injuries, what people will come up with? Mostly.
First of all, in running community, they have injury. I think it's not an injury.
She's back.
While running time, they have a facing with the problem with the abdominal cramp. Abdominal cramp. Is quite simple things. In our runners, more of runners are then know how we can manage before our run, how we should do before our run. These people are too much drink a lot of water, and into the running session they want to push themselves. I need to go so fast. After that, they have a problem with the abdominal cramp. That's the thing. And also, most of the runner have complained with the knee pain. Knee pain is a vast issue. If some problem with the quads, some problem with the calf, some of the problem with the tibial anterior shin pain. But in generally, if any person having with the knee pain, just they have to stop from run 2 or 3 weeks. It's simple things, and they want to be treated. They want to be they want to be treat themselves, but they must be go with consult with the physio as well as the orthopedic surgeon. They might be know about what will be happen with this runner.
Exactly.
Basically, most of the runner in our community, they do not grow up themselves. It's true. It's true. Most of runners, they don't know about their body nature. They don't have any stretching idea. Just they want to be run. But
that is why we have Abhijatri or Alps.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we have Abhijatri.
Yeah, if you are living in Dhaka, or if you are living outside from Dhaka, but you are staying over here for your work or anything, you just go to Abhijatri or Alps training session, and you can have all the ideas from there.
Yeah.
So I think Sanjib, I think you need to also get collaborated with Abhijatri or Alps. So probably you can have
already I have talked with the Rakib Bhai and the Tahir Bhai. Already I have consulted with those guys.
Yeah. So that's fantastic. So yeah, that's what I was trying to say. It's nice to have that kind of, branch you have in the different cities, and it can be developed in the way where athletes can be, formed or produced. That's a phenomenal thing. Nice. So Salima, I was talking to you several times about the veteran competitions. Those people who have crossed 35 age, and they have the age category of competitions for every 5 years, 35 to 40, 40 to 45, 45 to 50. So there are a lot of international events. They call us veteran aged. competitions or maybe international master competitions. So why don't you take part in such a kind of competitions? And why don't you try to, inspire a lot of people? I know there are a lot of people who are good. It's all about someone who has to step forward. So I think Alps can, develop these competitive way of, approaching the events or taking part in the events. And
which they are doing,
for the age category.
Which how you say, the Alps that the Obijatri there is. I mean, I'm that used to it saying Obijatri, so it's kind of getting hang to
I'm
it.
very much used to say Obijatri.
But I really loved about Alps saying, the leadership through sports. Okay, it doesn't matter what your age is, okay? So with this pandemic going on, before this, we were having a really good training session because with the age and skills and everything that's happening, the training was really going good. But as you can understand with this, with the pandemic going on, it's kind of difficult to, train, especially when you're not having a physical face-to-face session, right? You can't always have that video conference type of training. It's not easy. Yeah, true. But you need to have activities that is trained physically. But I would say Alps, they are the best way to train you. Why do you think I'm here right now? Because of Alps and Obijatri, they helped me to reach this far. They didn't make me feel that, what age or what range of age you are that you have to be to train this session. If you're ready, to go to it, then we can help you. They have been helping me with this session, with this community by building up as a leadership.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you one thing. My battery is also dying.
My
I don't know.
is also dying as well.
I have only about six. So if I die, forgive me. So
don't die.
What
Let
you
your
said,
phone die,
Vijay, about
More
Vijay,
don't
about
say that. Don't say that.
I know, I'm so sorry. About the training that you told me about, participating in a different age range of the training. I was actually thinking about it, and I'm also training myself as I can feel my body is ready. Because they said that always listen to your body first, if you're prepared or not. Right? It doesn't matter what distance is. I didn't care. A lot of people they're telling me, you did half marathon. Why are you doing 3 kilometer, 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer? Okay. So my thing is, it doesn't matter about distance. Okay. It matters about your body and the pace and the timing that you are able to cope up with or not. Okay.
Exactly.
I can understand myself, as you all can do, right? People misjudge you and underestimate you, she's doing half marathon and now she gone to 5 kilometer. Maybe they try to judge you there, but don't listen to those surrounding around. Listen to your body. So,
Absolutely.
Vijay, I thank you for the advice that you gave me. I keep that in my head, and
Welcome.
I am
You're
planning
always
to
welcome.
go.
Yeah,
I am really planning to go that next level.
Awesome.
And I'm training for that too.
I'm glad
with
for
the
that.
cycling.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So definitely I'll go for that.
All right. So Tuli, you wanted to surprise us with something. So please go ahead.
That will take long. No. My phone will die in between. Okay, I have to say a nice bye to you all. Okay, because if I start telling the story, I must say you will stuck here for over another 2 hours.
How long is the story? What is it about? At least give us a hint.
Tell me about the story.
So we need to honor this. We have to listen this program, this story. We need to honor a session. Okay.
Let's keep
you are an English teacher. You're an English teacher.
Teaser. Next time you're gonna hear the story from a runner, okay?
No. What I mean to say is you're an English teacher, so you would have gone through the PC writing in your English. So why don't you just cut short all those story? What you want to surprise with us?
My phone
Yeah.
will
I was a
die.
teacher too.
मैं तो कह सकता हूँ मेरा phone मुझको allow नहीं करेगा.
See, host is there. We are already there. We are awaiting to hear. No, it's okay. We'll take 10, 20 minutes, even half an hour. It's okay. Please go ahead.
But the thing is, if I start, I cannot finish because my phone will die.
All right, give us a 1 or 2 word hint of the topic. What is the topic?
Oh,
What is it about?
If you want to listen the hint, that is
Yeah.
how I came into running and what actually pushed me over here. That's just.
If you want, we can
my
have a
story.
special
I will
episode
tell you
for
another
that
day. I
story.
promise.
Yeah. If you want, we can have a special episode just for you.
Let's
Vijay, we
do
have a
it.
question for you.
Yeah, we're eagerly waiting for this program. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can have it
Hey
like
everyone,
in a
thank you
couple of weeks.
Vijay, thank you Bhaya, thank you everyone. Okay, if my phone dies,
We are humble, Apu, for joining
good
us.
night. I love you
Yeah.
everyone.
Good night.
Okay, just
Good
run.
night.
Okay, don't do anything else.
Thanks a
Just
lot
night.
for joining us.
Yeah.
take
And
care.
eat
Bye.
and sleep.
Take
Bye
care.
bye. Take care.
Of
Have a
course,
good
eat
night.
your kachi because if you are a runner, you deserve this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
due.
leaving. Thank you so
I'm
much.
one plate
Thank you so much
due.
for having
Yeah.
me.
All
Thanks
right.
a lot. See you then next time.
Night.
Bye. Good
Bye
night.
Good night.
bye. Vijay, we have something for you. Vijay, I work.
Yes,
It's
please.
from Masud Parvez Bhai. He's a
Yeah.
regular. Vijay, I work with a lot of Madrasi in Dubai. They are like Bangladeshi, not to do much physical activities, but I wish in Chennai they are doing a lot of activities. I want to know more about your areas. Before you move on to
Oh,
that, I need to address something because it puts me in a bad light. Hasin Arfin Khan Bhai, I've seen you cycling weekly as a part of to get back your fitness. Is that safe and outside for that? Now, bhai, it's gonna make me sound like a very hypocritic, whatever the excuse I'm gonna put it into. But no, I'm doing it in a very safe way. You see all the people who I go out paddling with. আচ্ছা তারা যারা প্যাডলিং করছে আমার সাথে তারা সবাই ডাক্তার আমরা হচ্ছে গিয়ে এক্সট্রিম লেভেলে প্রিকশন যতটুকু নেওয়া সম্ভব আমি সবগুলো নিচ্ছি এর বাইরে আরো কিছু জিনিসপত্র আছে যেগুলো আমরা মেনটেন করছি যেমন হচ্ছে গিয়ে একটা এলাকা থেকে আমরা একটা এলাকাতে এমন জায়গায় যাচ্ছি না যেখানে লোকালয় আছে মানুষজনের গ্যাদারিং আছে এমন জায়গায় যাচ্ছি যেখানে ভোরবেলা যেখানে আমরা যাচ্ছি রাস্তা একে খালি থাকে যে জায়গায় খালি থাকে আমরা ওখানে গিয়ে কোনো ক্লোজ কন্ট্যাক্টে যাই না আমরা সাইকেল চালালে একটা জিনিস ফলো করি হচ্ছে ড্রাফটিং একটা রুলস আছে 20 মিটার 6 মিটার সাইডে এরকম অনেকগুলো রুলস আছে আমরা ওই রুলস গুলো ফলো করি তা এটা লাইক ডাবল বেনিফিট হিসেবে আসতেছে করোনার এখান থেকে আসতেছে কিছু পাওয়ার ম্যানের ইভেন্ট আছে যেখানে ড্রাফটিং রুলস ফলো করা যায় না আমরা এরকম কিছু রুলস ফলো করি অলটুগেদার আমরা সব সেফটি বজায় রাখার চেষ্টা করি আর আমাদের যখন ছবি তুলতে দেখেন বিষয়কে দেখবেন মাস্ক নামানো গলার নিচে নামা আছে এটা ওই মাস্ক না সাইকেলের মাস্ক থাকে like this তা এই মাছগুলো হচ্ছে কি ছবি তোলার সময় খাওয়া দাওয়া যখন চলে তখন আর খাওয়া দাওয়া হচ্ছে আমরা বাইরে থেকে খাই না দ্যাটস অ্যানাদার থিং অ্যাজ এ পার্ট অফ দ্য প্রিকশনারি মেজারমেন্ট আমরা বাইরে থেকে কোনো কিছু খাই না চেষ্টা করি না সাধারণত চেষ্টা করি হাতে যে বিস্কুট থাকে পানি থাকে নিজেরটা নিজে শেয়ারও করি না কারণ পানি বটল আমরা শেয়ার করার চেষ্টা করি না আর কেউ কেউ সাইকেলও টাচ করি না তো আমরা এক্সট্রিম লেভেলে কিছু মেজারমেন্ট নিচ্ছি যেটা দেখতে চাইল্ডিশ ভাবে ফানি বাট somewhat cruel but we live in a vitriolic world I guess the safety back to you Vijay.
Yeah, Masood, thanks a lot for writing. The current the name what we are known as Chennaites, not Madrasis anymore. And the question to you, sorry, the answer to your question, where you felt like Chennaites weren't much active in physical activity. No, that's wrong, because since like for 20 plus years we are quite active. We are equally active to Mumbai people, and I would say we are health conscious. Our city is known for good medical facilities and gyms ever since long. We have a local news channel called as NDTV, where they conducted a survey in May 2004, where we stood up in number one as far as fitness was concerned. And the quality of events in down south are phenomenal. I'm not bragging about my city or my zone, but fortunately they are phenomenal. And the people who are taking part in the events, as far as in down south or even in Chennai, are they understand the culture of the running community. We have enormous running groups and cycling groups in the city. So we are more health conscious. We are very much organized in a way of organizing or training or anything. I would say I wouldn't compare with Obijatri, but Obijatri is doing fantastic. That's what I understand. But these guys are, I would say, equivalent or maybe a little bit lesser than Obijatri, but they are fine. But we have very good structure. So everything is going as per the structure, and our location, our Chennai city is phenomenal. We have throughout the city the running groups and cycling groups. It's fantastic. So people from up north, they are trying to modelize our structure. Thank you for asking that question. You're making me
We
to
need
get
to call it
goosebumps by talking about my city.
Someday we're gonna go there, inshallah. Vijay, you're gonna have to have us.
Welcome all.
Okay.
Welcome. I don't mind. Already
We
Dr.
need the southern
Sanjeev.
style parties. We need to have
Already
video
Dr.
call.
Sanjeev promised me that he'll be there. He'll be here. So I guess
Inshallah.
you all will be here as
Yeah.
well.
Party.
Alright.
Okay, one more thing. লালন ভাই and রাব্বানি নীরব ভাই said ভাইয়া আপনাদের প্রোগ্রামটা বাংলায় করলে ভালো হতো। আচ্ছা ভাইয়া, আজকে আমাদের মধ্যে একজন ফরেনার আছেন তো, এই যে বিজয় যে আছে, ও হচ্ছে ইন্ডিয়ার সাউথ থেকে, তো ওর জন্য হচ্ছে বাংলাটা একটু কঠিন। ও যদি একেবারে হিন্দি স্পিকিং স্টেট থেকে হতো তাহলে হয়তো বাংলাটা কিছুটা হলো ওর জন্য ইজি টু গ্র্যাব হতো। ও তো সাউদার্ন এরিয়া থেকে, তো ওর জন্য বাংলা বললে আর কি, আর আমরা যে স্পিডে বলি স্পেশালি মেবি আমি, তো বোঝাটা একটু কঠিন হয়ে যাবে। তো আমরা মাঝখানে
Sorry
বলছি, বাট নো ওয়ারিজ। আমরা
unfortunately. Sorry viewers,
না, বাট
unfortunately.
সে কিন্তু খুব ভালো বাংলা শিখতে শুরু করেছে, এখনো মুখে বলে না, বাট অ্যাকচুয়ালি খুব ভালো বাংলা বলে। ও যখন মাসে কমেন্টে লিখে তখন দেখেন। আমরা হচ্ছে কিছু কিছু সময় যখন ফরেনাররা থাকে তখন হচ্ছে চেষ্টা করি ওনাদের ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে কথা বলতে, যেন এটা ওদের জন্য ইজি হয়। এখন যদি অন্য ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে কেউ থাকতো আমরা চেষ্টা করতাম, লিটারালি ওইটাই চেষ্টা করতাম, ওই ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে ওয়ার্ড পিক করতে। একটা তো পয়েন্ট, আমরা সামনে যে ইভেন্টগুলো হবে যখন হচ্ছে দেখবেন ফরেনার নাই, তখন আবার বাংলা পাবেন ইনশাআল্লাহ। নো ওয়ারিজ, স্টিক টু আস। Vijay, back to you.
No, I was just telling Lolan and other guy who were asking, this session to be in Bangla. I'm sorry for that because I have no other choice rather than to
No.
go with in English.
I think at some point, like in whenever the lockdown is over, I think we're gonna have a wedding party. You and some Bengali girl.
Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah. Masid Parul bhai say thanks Vijay for the answer. Nirav Rabbani bhai
You're
said
always
okay.
welcome back.
Yeah. We're gonna exactly. So yeah, we're gonna call it a night. Can we?
Yeah.
Before we call that, anyone wants to add anything?
No.
Salima,
Anyone
Sanjeev?
wants to promise for a part 2?
Adding, I would say there is nothing
Not
to
right
add,
away.
but
Yeah.
it's really
it's
great.
a very adda format. It's a very adda format. So we can have it like next month or like one a week after, not back to back. That could be really.
This is wonderful. I mean, we had what we did today. It was a wonderful feeling. We discussed. We have the ideas, right? That what we discuss about what people have in their mind, and then what they wanted to say. You already get this experience. You don't get that all the time. Maybe we're like, okay, we are getting ourselves all this experience stuff. But
not the same.
When we look at the people's comments, we can understand what's going on, what they want to know, right? So we can express it better. This is something I really like, the openly talking with people. I mean, instead of only, I don't know, this feeling is different. Be initiative and everything.
আমরা সবাইকে সাধারণত আমরা তো এখানে একজনকে চিনতে পেরেছি যে রানিং এর ইভেন্টে গিয়ে, কিন্তু রানিং এর ইভেন্টের পরে আগে তো হয় না, পরে কিন্তু আরো কথা হয় না। 1 or 2 selfie, then we head home. তো এই জায়গায়
And look at the time.
Exactly.
It just feels.
Yeah. So yeah, those. So yeah, তো এখানে এরকম কথা বলার সময় we get the chance. আচ্ছা, কেউ যদি কিছু অ্যাড না করে আমি জাস্ট খুব জলদি যারা আমাদের সাথে ছিল একটা রিড দিয়ে দিই। রাব্বানি নীরব ভাই was with us, মাসুদ পারভেজ ভাই was with us, রেজাউর রহমান ভাই, KM রেজাউর রহমান ভাই, তারেক আহমেদ রাসেল ভাই, Mohammad Khalid Mahmoud Bhai Mohammad Khalid Mahmoud Bhai was the one who Vijay he invited you to run in Kenya.
All right.
Raihan Bhai, Zahidul Hassan Bhai, hello Bhai said hi to us. Shaju Bhai from Mirpur, Ziaur Rahman Bhai, Rizaur Rahman Chaudhary aka Digital Hata Baba, Nazmul Hassan Rahi, someone mentioned his name. Then Panda aka Muhammad aka Panda. That's how Ratna Apu, Lalun Bhai from Chandrima, Purbasha Acharji Shanchar, she's for Salima Apu, Wanas Bhai, Milton Bhai, Hasin Arifin Khan, English Bujina, Bangla Bhai, apni jodi ei dushtamita koren. Hasib Bhai, Farhad Ahmed Bhai, Moinuddin Bhai, Saqib Rizwan, Abdul Alim. I hope I'm not boring you guys, but they were with us, so I guess they.
We should, yes. We should
The reason for the reason for which I chose different topics was quite simple because people shouldn't get bored. Even now, I find 10 viewers. Thanks a lot, guys, because I want you to make to sit and to learn something, or maybe to also
Exactly.
learn from everyone. Even you can also comment and you can say something which we can also learn about it. There's nothing that we are teaching you guys. So
Exactly.
that's why I have
Not that-
different topics rather than to have just one topic, just talk about the experience. By the end of the day, what are you going to do with learning someone's experience rather than to have
Exactly.
dynamic topics, have a discussion about it?
Exactly. Yeah, Apu, I can see that. Shankar De, Abdullah Tahir Bhai, Leader Bhai. I love him. I love him to death. Muhammad Abdul Alim Bhai, Papi Hasnat Bhai, Hasnat Apu. Okay, that would be all. Inshallah, someday we will sit together. These 6 of us, inshallah. Thanks all of you for sharing stuff, and please running a সবাই year promote করেন. Safety measurements, everything else. Please এগুলোকে promote করতে থাকেন যে যতটুকু পারেন.
I have worse than this.
Do you have something? Well, anything works. I mean, like if that works, anything works. ঠিক আছে, তাহলে আজকে এগুলো থাকুক। আর বাই দ্য ওয়ে, আমরা সাধারণত ভিউয়ার্সদেরকে বলি, আজকে যারা গেস্ট আছেন তাদেরকে বলছি, আমাদের এখানে একটা গিভ অ্যান্ড টেক টাইম শেয়ারিং এর একটা অপশন আছে। এটা হচ্ছে কেউ যদি কোনো ভাইজার রানিং এর জন্য কোনো কেটস, শিন গার্ডস, কোনো ফোম রোলার, জুতা, যে কোনো রানিং শু, given that they have enough mileage for the next guy who gonna use it, like 2-1 দিন ইউজ করে যদি নষ্ট হয়ে তাহলে আবার সমস্যা, লাইক অ্যাটলিস্ট যেন কিছুদিন যেন ইউজ করতে পারি, এরকম অবস্থায় যদি কেউ শেয়ার করতে পারেন, প্লিজ গিভ ইট এ শাউট। আর যদি কেউ জানতে পারেন যে সামওয়ান ইজ ইন নিড ফর দোজ, প্লিজ আমাদের জানাবেন, আমরা চেষ্টা করবো তাকে এটা হেল্প আউট করতে। অ্যানোনিমিটি থাকে দুই ক্ষেত্রেই, বাট দুই পার্টি যদি চাই দে ওয়ান্ট টু সি ইচ আদার, সে হাই এন্ড থ্যাংক ইউ অল, আমরা সেক্ষেত্রে অ্যাড করে দিই, বাট আদারওয়াইজ আমরা অ্যানোনিমিটি ফলো করার চেষ্টা করি। ওকে, দ্যাটস অল। Thank you. 2 ঘন্টা. It's
a quite long time.
Movie long. Yeah, it's a Bollywood movie. Bollywood direction. So yeah.
Basically, I'm early bed person. I every day I want to do my bed in 10 or 10:30. So today I'll leave it.
I think I'm late, but dinner's gone already.
Already So it's only for running, nothing else.
Can you have some tea?
I'm Tariq Bhai sir, I live in Hatijil, and it's very hard for me to see the runner's track in front of me every day, but now in your run. Inshallah bhai, we will be back shortly. Just dua karo amra jenno beche thakte pari, shusto thakte pari. Inshallah bhai, inshallah dekha hobe. Okay guys, let's wrap it up. I'm in live.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I would like to thank.
bye.
I would like to thank all the 4 guests who were here. Firstly, starting with Salima, Tuli, Tanvir, Sanjib, and co-host Haseen. Thanks a lot for being here, and it was a wonderful discussion what we had, and we had different topics where people wouldn't be getting bored of. When I believe viewers who are watching are also had a good session, and we're going to have more sessions in coming weeks. And it's going to be different topics, but not the same thing, but different topics. I guess it will make people to just get rid of this lockdown and also to learn something fruitfully. Thanks a lot to all viewers as well who spend precious time in front of the computer or mobile phones. Thanks a lot. Good night.
Thanks to Vijay as well for emceeing the event very nicely. Thank you. I think I'm thanking you on behalf of all of us.
Welcome.
Okay. Bye.
Okay,
My pleasure.
everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Shabakar.